Everybody know I'm the best? In what category? In everything. Name one. We got the best rappers. We literally started rap. You might have started it, but we elevated the game. Public Enemy, Rakim, Run DMC. Tupac, Biggie, Nas. R&B then. Don't do that to yourself. Keith Sweat, Rick James, Bobby Brown. Boyz II Men, Drew Hill, Jodeci. Ooh, yeah. New Edition, Prince, Whitney Houston. Let me begin this. What you doing here? Because I deserve to be in the conversation. Okay, what you got? Usher, 50 Cent, Alicia Keys. Snoop Dogg, SWV, Escape. Outkast, Eminem, Missy Elliott, Soulja Boy. You! Michael Jackson! You got y'all with that one. What you doing here? Because we got good music too. Yeah, y'all over with. Beyonce, Drake, Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown, Rihanna. Dr. Dre, Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige. Britney Spears! Okay, let's just come to agreement that we all got talent. You right. Yeah, facts. What about me? Get y'all there.
Grand Rising.
Yeah. We here. Grand Rising. You know, we here. Rise and grind. Right here, live here on the morning show. Y'all know what it is, man. You know it's Buffalo Gets the World.
SJ1 Trey.
Every morning, right here on the morning show. Yeah.
Why so serious?
Why so serious, dog?
And if you're not here today, you should have been. Who next? It's a mafia.
You gotta tell yourself who's next.
It's a mafia. Who next? It's a mafia. It's the mafia. We next. It's us against us. It's us against the world. It's us against us. Buffalo against the world. It's us against us. It's us against the world. It's us against us. It's Buffalo against the world.
SJ1 Trey. Pulling up in this big body like Brewster. Even rich like Reed and Diggs, we move so well. You should know the drill. You should know the vibes. If it ain't red, white, and blue, baby, that's not my size. It's the mafia, the fan base that'll die for you. On Sundays, we are not cool. Any other days, we'll ride with you. We heaven sent, we're Hamlin win. 3 spoke to God and said thanks, though. Having cool years real dope, but I really miss the fan base, though.
Now turn it up, turn it up, wait. Now turn it up, turn it up, wait. Now turn it up, turn it up. Now turn it up, turn it up. It's a mafia. Who next? It's a mafia. We next. It's a mafia. Who next? It's a mafia. We next. It's us against us. It's us against the world. It's us against us. Buffalo against the world. It's us against us. It's us against the world. It's us against us. It's Buffalo against the world.
Yeah, buddy, you already know what it is. This is what we do every morning right here on the morning show. What's going on with y'all tuned in? Good morning. You know what I mean? I see Layla in the building, the queen. Good morning.
Rising Queen.
Yeah, we appreciate you all the time on the regulars. that come in the morning and come and do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Getting up, doing what it do. Make sure all the cheering good and what I'm saying, and get that fresh cup of coffee, tea, whatever you sipping on this morning. You know what I mean?
I got my
Whatever
coffee this
vibe you got
morning.
this morning. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's positive. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Can y'all
that-
tell
that-
that I'm conjuring up Tabitha Brown? Am
Yeah,
I
yeah.
giving y'all Tabitha Brown today?
I
That's
I
all I
see
want
you.
to know. Am I
See
giving y'all
that
Tabitha
real
Brown
vibe,
today?
the man, real vibe. Make me feel like I'm Jerome walking in there. Jerome in the house.
Hey, New York Grand Rising.
Watch the mouth. Yeah,
What's
that's
going on
yeah.
with you
You
while I'm
definitely great.
sharing our live? What's going on
Yeah, I
with you?
appreciate
How was
everybody
your
that's
night?
shout out to all the new people that's on the our follow page, our group page. I appreciate a lot of love and a lot of people coming in there showing a lot of love and inboxing and can't wait to see the show and all that. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Please put in the comments what you want to talk about, because we have good topics too. But if y'all see something that y'all want to talk about, or if y'all want to just promote some of y'all stuff y'all got going on, I know people got businesses out there. You might want to post up your business, your website, you know what I'm saying, your something what you got going on. We want to show some love back. That's how we give back. You know what I mean? This platform. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take it to another level and get a commercial package, then make sure you can hit up my home girl, Vet Green, or myself. You know what I mean? You can put it in so you can drop in the DM on our group page. And I'm here to talk about the advertising. I got a CD coming out. I got an album coming out. I got a new business that online that I want to push, because we worldwide. We got Japan, we got Canada, we got Australia. We worldwide with this thing. You know what I'm saying? We with the Even Rush Network, who is definitely a sponsor for the video of the week of the day. Music video of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sponsored by the Even Rush Network. Which right now we on the Even Rush Network right now.
Grand Rising, everybody on the Evening Rush Network, and Grand Rising, Goldilocks and Tamara. I see y'all out there, Queens.
Yeah.
Grand Rising, Brooklyn.
Yeah. New York, Bronx in the building. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you share this. Put highlight in the comments, because this is a highlight moment this morning. You know what I'm saying? We positive with it. You know what I mean? Making it do what it do. You know what I mean? And yeah, this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? Also, this whole podcast also sponsored by Painted Drip. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my next step. You see, on the shoes, I'm transforming.
Sweet.
Yeah, Painted
I
Drip.
like that pink front.
Yeah. Wait till I peel off the stencil. That's gonna blow your mind when I do that right there. That's Painted Drip right there. Make sure you go ahead and follow on IG. If you want your order for the holidays, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple orders in the email up today and yesterday. People get some ideas, get my creativity on. So make it do what it do. How are you this morning, Queen?
I am feeling wonderful. I'm feeling positive. Goldie said they fire.
Yeah,
Thank you so much,
appreciate it.
Goldie. I am
King Brody
bringing.
in the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Pam and Tabitha all wrapped in one. And to those of you who do celebrate Halloween or just like getting dressed up and festive, enjoy your day today. Don't forget your crown. Don't forget your crown. I'm doing well. You know what? You ever be so just wide open to what is just being downloaded into your spirit that you just, I'm in a really good place. I'm in a really, really good place.
That's good. That's what I'm talking
This
about.
second surgery went a lot better than the first one did.
Yeah.
The recovery time is not as bad. So I'm doing well. I'm doing well. What'd you do last night? Anything interesting?
No, I was just pretty much did a lot of prep work. I was definitely doing a lot of prep work. I did a lot of marketing things. I had a lot of conversations with my mentors last night. A couple of mentors I ain't talked to in a while. Update me on some things, and got some more information on the Spotify Universal Records movement that I was talking about. Got more information on that. We're gonna talk about that. You know what I mean? Later on. the headline we talking about today also is local versus worldwide. I want to get to that conversation. Some
Okay, is
people,
that in the marketing minute?
that's part of the market minute, but it's also part of a topic too, because I think because this I think is not just a marketing minute. I think people need to understand and understand when they come onto these platforms. I guess it could be marketing minute, but I want people to understand that you could do so much on these platforms, man. It's like people is really cutting themselves short on a blessing. You know what I mean? And I really want to break that down. You want to be local versus the world on this internet. Come far as your spiritual life, I'm not trying to go to the world side.
Yeah, I hear you there.
I was trying to stay in my lane with my relationship with the Most High, and then me and Most High have so many conversations. You know what I mean? We have arguments sometimes, debates. I know I'm gonna lose, but I still do it. you do that with your God when you talk to him. You debate, but you know you're gonna lose. Saying I'm still gonna debate anyway because you know I'm hard.
And steady at every word you say, you losing it, but you keep on going because you're like, I can't stop.
Can't stop. I'm still gonna speak my I can't even say my truth because it ain't. You know what I'm saying?
He's like that sometimes.
Yeah, and then he'll just let me just talk and keep doing what I'm doing, and then when I calm down, then he'll come in my dream or something and show me something, and then I feel good afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's what he's been doing. Oh my goodness, that's how I know I'm open. I've come through the barbed wire, got scratched up, and now I'm in that space where I'm supposed to be until the next bit of barbed wire that I have to go through and the mountains and all of that. But I came out still standing up on the other side of that thing with a positive outlook on everything. I was talking to my girlfriend last night, and she was asking me how I'm feeling, and let me ask you this, and anyone out there that is listening, if you're watching the live right now, thank you so much for joining us today. Much love. Or if you are watching a replay, when you get through something, how do you view that thing? Do you view it like, oh God, like, oh, I hate that I had to go through that? Or do you view it like, okay, had I not gone through that, I would not know what to expect? So we can table that. Everybody that's listening right now, just put a pin in it, pause, as Mr. Dash would say, pause, and just think about that for a little bit. Once you get through it, what then? What is the next outcome, or how do you view it after you've gone through it?
Yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about with that. It's so many things throughout my day, because I'm always meditating and praying and doing what I'm doing to keep me. I work on me first. Funny you said that, because I was talking to one of the guys that I mentor him / music manager. We got the conversation, and he went left field on me last night, and I'm like, you have to be in a state of mind. You have to work on you before you can work on other people. Like, he want to help people in his religious walk. You know what I mean? I said, no, your religious walk is exactly what it is. It's an action. You got to do it for yourself first, because a light don't talk. This light that's shining on me, it don't talk. It's just shining. You know what I mean? When you walk in a place, Queen, and you doing all the things you do, there's a lot of things you do for people. You have a good heart, but you don't boast about it. You don't promote it. You don't market it or nothing like that. You just let your light shine, because the light don't talk. That's the thing I try to tell him. I said, all you got to do is do what you do, help people, work on yourself, and then leave it alone.
That's the word.
People are going to see you develop in a different way. They were like, something about you. You look different today. You ain't did nothing. But it's just that extra glow that the Most High did just put on you. You know what I mean? The light don't, light don't talk. But to answer your question, yeah, definitely. It depends what it is too. In a situation, but everybody's different. But I want to see what people in the comments are saying,
Yeah,
what they like, what's going on with them.
yeah. And Goldilocks said, I praise him for every moment, good or bad, because I know the outcome is powerful. Yes.
Yeah,
That part.
yeah,
Yes. Sometimes when I've been in it, it is I tap into Jeremiah 29:11. God knows the purpose he has for me, plans to prosper me, not to, I go down that. But
yeah,
it's that outcome that's powerful. You are so right, Goldilocks. So you do. I praise him and thank him for it all, even the stuff that did not make me feel comfortable, because I know on the other side of that is going to be something so powerful, because I've never gone through that experience before. So if you've
yeah,
never gone through it, you may not know how to navigate it. But once you know how to navigate it, now you know how to navigate it. So when it comes up again, now you know how to proceed. Either you take the lesson as the blessing, or you're going to keep continuing down that road and going through the barbed
right,
wire.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You right on that. Yeah, that's one thing I like about this platform. We here to, uplift people. And also this is definitely good for therapy and good for your mental health. Because that's real, and that's one thing I told about my brother last night. And he just got his mental health was so out of whack. I had to block him because that stuff will rub off on you if they're not trying to listen to you and you trying to help. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And then when they keep blabbing on and saying stuff that's nonsense, and it just don't make sense. It gotta bounce out when you having a conversation with somebody. I had to block him last night because I didn't want that to rub off on my spirit, and I'm all crazy in the morning.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I gotta do it. I'm not gonna do a morning show. I gotta be right. I gotta work on me. Because if I don't work on me, how am I gonna help y'all? You know what I mean? That's a form of
Right.
a hypocrite. What's the other word for it? I mean,
Shoot, that right there, you got to be that self-reflection is real.
yeah,
That
yeah,
self-reflection is real, and you are absolutely right. You and shoot, New York Bronx said amen, and Goldilocks said, I can never help or give advice to someone if I haven't been through it first. So
yeah,
real, because that
yeah,
experience speaks volume, because then you can relate you can speak to it from a relatability place and not a
right,
judgmental place
right, right,
when,
right,
when you've been through it before.
right, right. And that's one thing that's one thing I hate. I had to catch myself. I had to ask God for some things in that area. I used to back in the day. I used to judge people so much,
Oh, we
especially
all did.
when you
Hands
fresh.
raised.
When you fresh with the relationship with the Most High, you think you can beat him. You know what I'm saying? Walk around like I'm the Messiah or something. Like, no, brother, you just fresh in the game. You still on the bottom in the relationship with the Most High. You ain't even on stake. Like, what is you doing? Like, you went from the bottle to steak. You gonna choke, young man? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really look at myself in those areas, and now I'm at a different level now, and I see a lot of young folks that's fresh. And people going through a lot of things, man. Growing up, mental health is in the forefront right now. So thank God for that, because back in the 80s and 90s, we didn't they know what mental health was. They knew what it was, but they didn't put it in the forefront. They
You
swept
better
it under
go
the
pray
rug a
about it.
lot.
That was it. The stigma wasn't that we had those type of challenges going on in our lives.
Yeah, facts, facts. So so these are the things that we talk about in the morning on the show, and we come here with good spirits, and we go through some things, and sometimes we still come here on the show, even though we're going through something, because sometimes you guys, our listeners, is our therapy, and y'all give us advice, and we be vulnerable on this platform. And I say in the minute, listen, I feel good today. I'll say it in the minute live on this jump off. Like, listen, I've been through this, that, and the third. Like, I need y'all to pray for me. You know what I mean? The Joker is not the Joker this morning. You understand? So, and you do it all the time. Queen, you always when you're going through something, you let people know, listen, you know, I've been going through a whole nother maze this morning. It's like, I need y'all to, talk to me. you
Yeah,
know,
I feel like sharing is caring, and I never want anyone to feel as if whatever it is that they're going through, that they are alone in it. Because a lot of times we get caught up because we feel like there's no one else going through it, and we may not know how to deal with it. So if I can tell my story and testify, and it helps someone else, I don't care if it's one person. If it's one person, that means that I have woke up and did what God has purposely purposed me to do, or the Most High.
yeah,
Goldie said y'all gonna have me doing the praise dance, because
yeah.
it's listen, somebody must need to hear this morning. And Queen, if that is you, then we woke up, and within the first half an hour, we done did our job.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
half an hour.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Go ahead and do your dance there. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Go ahead and do your 2-step. You understand me? Because this thing here is just it's a us and we thing. It's a village thing. We can't do nothing by ourselves, and
Mm.
that's one thing I tell people, like you ain't in this thing alone, good or bad. You're not in this
Right.
thing alone. When you something happen good in your life, you could praise and thank you, but trying to praise with somebody else, because you know that it wasn't you by yourself. Somebody was praying for you. Somebody was, somebody was there for you. Somebody was thinking about you. Somebody, some people just give you a smiling emoji in your inbox just to let them know that I'm there. You might not even know what that emoji mean. You like, oh, you just smile, give me a smiley face, okay. What is that for? You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. We ain't trying to get no, other emojis with fruit and all that, a pear. No, we not. We know what those mean. We need to do that. That's called sliding in the DM. We ain't doing that.
I
They
do
trying
want
to
to. Please don't slide. What you say, hop? You can hop, but don't
hop
slide.
into the DM.
Please
Yeah.
don't slide.
You might hurt
I
your
do. I do want to talk about, sometimes people can be so just nasty, and I do want to talk about a GoFundMe that has been created by one of my favorite queens. Her name is Divine the Rapper. If you are familiar with Divine, on social media, she calls herself, I call this shit revolution. She is such a divine soul. I love what it is that she speaks so much life and positivity into people, and sometimes people can be just so nasty and not think about the consequences, or who else is affected. So recently she was out and about, and she's an artist. She's an out. Hey, Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Sharice, I see you out there, beautiful. She was out and about, and she had picked up some art supplies, because she's also a creator. She's a creator on so many levels. She likes to, if you ever meet her, she has her face, but like she's just like this divine goddess spirit.
That's what's up.
So while she was out and about, she had went to the art store, picked up some supplies, and was still out and about. During that time, she had gone back to her car, and her brand new art supplies were stolen. Brand new, did not even get a chance to use them. It breaks my heart, because it's so hard right now to be able to spend money on the things that bring life to you. So when you have something like this happen, it's like, damn, like you feel vulnerable. So she did set up a GoFundMe, and I'm going to put that on the morning show with the Joker and Vet Green. If you feel it in your heart to donate, please go ahead. Right now, it's not a lot. Even if you have the 5s and 10s add up, everyone. The 5s and 10s add up. I'm actually putting that on the morning show with the Joker and Vet Green page right now. Whatever you can donate to help Divine the Rapper get back to what it was that she was trying to do. Because if you ever have a conversation with her, she's so selfless. I remember the very first time I met her, she ran up to me and she gave me this hug that was just so heartfelt. And that's just, she's always pouring life into people. She works with the kids. She's just always giving. Little Infinity, her daughter. You know, I say
Okay.
she's like a little queen, a little business queen in the making, because her daughter is right with her, you know, as she's navigating through life. So if you feel it in your soul to give back, please give as you see fit to the GoFundMe. Again, her name is I Call This Shit Revolution,
Yeah.
Evolution,
Yeah.
on Facebook as well as Instagram. Even if you don't want to give to the GoFundMe, hop in her messages and say, you know what, Queen, what's your cash app? Let me send you, you know, a couple of dollars. Let me send you a few dollars to at least, you know, get you closer to where it is that you're trying to get to. So again, her name, she is Divine the Rapper on Instagram as well as Facebook, and you can find her on Spotify as well, Divine the Rapper. Again, give as you see fit,
Yeah. Yeah. That's messed up.
isn't it? And
And-
you're
and I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna be talking about this. We're gonna talk about this. Then we can go to a break, getting right into hot topics. But this is the season where people is robbing people's cars because of the holidays. Please, when you're going to shop for the holidays, you know, Thanksgiving's coming up, Christmas, New Year's, please lock your car. You know, please try to go as a group. And so I know some people know last year, my aunt's church, they came out with a team. So what they did was they had like they go out there with people have like maybe 6 cars. They fill them up with people that, you know, they want to go shopping, but they only let the 3 cars go, and the other one stays in the car so they can watch the other cars. So when you come back, you can do the same for them, so people won't rob your car and take a lot of stuff, because they all have SUVs. They use the church van and stuff like that. I think that's a good strategy for the big groups. You know what I mean? That or friends in your neighborhood, your neighbors get together and go shopping together and do that. You know what I mean? And stay in the car. You know what I mean? Watch your movie on your phone or something, and just be vigilant while you out there. And so with something going on, you know, you could be there and to call the police or whatever you could do to help, because this is a season where there are going to be a lot of people breaking in cars and doing that, and you know, this is a season for it, and that's messed up that we got to do this, and it's all going to be a fun thing, but it's also be safe and be protected of one another too. So, you know, that's just something to throw out there, because we definitely in this season where, you know, silver dollar season it is called. You know what I mean? You know, it's going through all the holidays. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go right into a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going right into hot topics. You know what I'm saying? I know the Queen got some hot topics she want to talk about, and
you
we can
already
go ahead.
know. We're
Yeah.
going to talk about this mental health thing that's going on in the
Yeah.
world, and the mass shooter in the Lewiston, Maine shooting has been found. Let's get
Okay.
into
Get
it.
right into it, and we're gonna after these breaks, we'll get right into hot topics. Know about this is your boy the Joker and the Beck Green the Queen right here on the Morning Show podcast. We
And
right
I put the GoFundMe in the.
Hey, how are you doing? My name is Lamar, and I'm the creator of a new sketch comedy show coming soon called The Sketch Project. So come check us out. It's funny as What? What? I can't say bro. You. The Coming soon, the new show called The Sketch Project. You put the fun in funny? Yo, who write this Oh, I can't say neither. Coming soon, the new show called The Sketch Project. You'll love it like Jada loves Tupac. Wait, what? Too soon? Just watch the show, all right? It's funny and I'm broke. How's that? Is that better?
Huge shout out to Lamar. I swear that cannot get old.
He said that's too soon.
Right.
We right here at the Morning Show podcast, you know, with your boy the Joker Overlook MC and Beck Green the Queen. We gonna go right into these hot topics, we got some lot of hot topics going on. You got something in your belt. I got something in my belt. So you know what I'm saying. We're gonna start off with the queen. This is your segment. Let's go. Let's get it going.
Yeah, so let's talk about the Lewiston, Maine mass shooting that happened. So, as we all know, or if you do not know, there was a mass shooting last week in Lewiston, Maine, and about 18 people were affected in some way, shape, or form. Some things that are coming down, and you know, I like to go to CNN as well as the AP News, which is the Associated Press. So some of the things that came down with this is the state of his mental health.
Yeah.
Allegedly, the Maine mass shooter family had reached out to the sheriff 5 months before the rampage even happened. So they started doing their due diligence. They saw that something was going on. They saw that something was not right. Some of the news outlets are reporting that he was voluntarily placed into a psychiatric compound for about 2 weeks. Again, this was voluntary. This was not involuntary, so he was free to leave. After 2 weeks, he left. After the 2 weeks were up, he was still displaying some type of, you know, I'll say mania, because that sometimes, depending on his diagnosis, it can be really manic. If you've ever dealt with anyone who has mental health problems, everyone's mental health is not the same. Whatever your diagnosis is your diagnosis. And my diagnosis may not be the same as yours, Joker, right? And as well as Joker's diagnosis may not be the same as mine. So depending on his diagnosis, you know, the due diligence had begun. What went wrong? Those are the questions that are being asked right now. You know, what went wrong? If the family had reached out and alerted the sheriff that this is what was going on, but he was still able to do this, why did that happen? That's some of my questions that I have to ask. And some of you that are in the chat may have the very same questions, like, how did this happen? If the family reached out, he was placed into voluntary psychiatric evaluation. So he was evaluated. The family's concerned, and his name is Robert Carr. He was in the Army Reserve Unit, which assured, and they assured deputies that they would speak to Carr and make sure he got medical attention, which they did, hence the 2 weeks. What's being reported by the AP News is that the family's concern about Carr's mental health dated back to early this year, before the sheriff's office was even contacted in May. So this is dating back to possibly even January, the beginning of the year, marking the earliest string in the interactions the police had with the 40-year-old firearm. And he was a firearms instructor.
Wow.
Everyone, he killed 18 people and wounded 13 others. I mean, this was deadly. For a while, the Maine residents, they were at a stay-at-home as the massive search continued. Again, he killed 18 people. Carr underwent a mental health evaluation last summer after accusing soldiers of calling them a pedophile. He shoved one soldier and locked himself in his room during training, a training session that they had in New York, officials said. A bulletin was sent out to police shortly after last week's attack, saying that Carr had been committed to a mental health facility for 2 weeks after stating that he was hearing voices and threatened to shoot up the military base that he was located at. So all of these clues were there.
Right.
What happened? On September 15th. Oh, go ahead.
I'm like, did they didn't jump on it. I think they you can't sweep nothing on the rug when you having a evaluation like that. It sounds like a schizophrenic type of thing, but my question is, like, what can they do when they do an evaluation? What action can they take place so this thing won't happen again? Because if you don't have a system or a program or some type of way to help that part after you have been evaluated for your mental health, whatever you're diagnosed with, what's the next step so this thing won't happen? That's my question. What you think they can do so this won't happen again? Because it's going to happen again if you don't have no program, no type of a workshop to stop this from happening, or even whatever we can do. I that's my question.
Yeah. So what's being reported is that he did have some mental health problems, as we know. What we don't know, and it's a really good question that you asked, is like what's the protocol?
Right.
What is the protocol when something like this happened? There was a parent in Grand Rising, everybody. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sherry, I see you. Elaine, I see you. Thank you, everybody who's tuning in to the morning show with the Joker and Vet Green. Make sure you put at followers and at highlights so that your followers are also engaged to this very important discussion that we are having based on mental health and what happened in Lewiston, Maine, because we don't want everyone to forget that at the end of the day, this was a call for help.
That's what
the family sent a call to help. It seems like there were certain protocols that were followed, but what happened that in the wake of all of this, he was still able to kill 18 people and wound 13 others. The Maine Department of Health and Human Service said that anyone in need of immediate support should have called or text 988. That's the National Suicide and Behavioral Health Crisis line. That line also supports people, has support for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. But what happened? They said once we have folks that are willing and have signed up, and we have verified their background, then they are matched with individuals that need that help. So they are matched with someone. They are asking for providers who wish to volunteer for something such as Gateway to sign up on their Facebook page. What I do know is that in a lot of different states and counties and cities, the adequate medical attention is not available. I'm not saying that this is what happened in this case, but I do know that here in New York, it may take weeks, sometimes months, just to get certain evaluations done, and depending where you are. My daughter is a vet, and you would think that if you were a vet, you would get immediate medical attention. That is not always the case. A lot of times it has to be a crisis situation, which this seems like was a crisis situation. So on September, just to continue a little bit on the story, and then I want to ask some of your input. I see that Goldie said it was a cry for help, but it's sad and it went toward innocent people. I agree, Goldie. It was a cry for help. What do you all that are out there listening think? Goldie said that it was a cry for help, but unfortunately it was not answered. It was not answered. So what do you think? Even if you are watching a replay, what more or what protocol should they have followed so that this did not happen? And what can we as a people do so that does not happen?
Yeah, right.
So on September, go ahead, Joker.
I'm listening. I'm just soaking it all in. Yeah.
On September 15th, a sheriff's deputy was sent to visit Robert Card's home. This was for like a health and wellness check at the request of the reserve unit, after the soldier said, after a soldier said he was afraid Card was going to snap. So even the people that he was in the reserves with were seeing signs of some type of outburst going on, that even they were concerned. So like what happened here? So there was a deputy that was sent to Card's trailer, but they couldn't find him, nor the next day on a return visit. So they couldn't find from September 15th, allegedly, he was unable to be found. So all of this led up to now this mass shooting, and with the warning that he was known to be armed and dangerous. So they, even as the people were sent to his home, they were sent to his home with the precautions that he may be armed and dangerous. According to the deputy's report, after visiting Card's home, he reached out to the reserve unit commander, who assured him the Army was trying to get treatment for Card. The commander also said he thought it best to let Card have time to himself for a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Pause right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
cause.
Wow. Yeah.
It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. And
Man.
then they went on to reach out to family members. It's how many more people have to be murdered before something is done about these mental health checks? Like,
Yeah.
if somebody is displaying manic tendencies, maybe we need to start enforcing that inpatient. I've seen it. I've seen what mania looks like in people who are having a mental health outburst. I've seen it,
Yeah. Me too.
and it's not pretty.
It ain't.
It can be very, very tragic. It can be very, very if you're the caretaker of that person, it can be a lot that you're dealing with, because a lot of times we may not know how to handle different outbursts. I've seen disassociation, where a person was just really out of their mind, in this make-believe mind. Disassociation meaning that they weren't associating with the reality as we are going through it right now.
Yeah.
They were in their own alternative reality, and that's not always good. Thank you, Elaine, for tapping in so much. I'm so glad that you tapped in. Elaine works a lot with the kids, and she understands what it is with the different state agencies, because she works within those units. She said New York State has a shortage of mental health providers. Yes, especially providers who can do trauma therapy. It's bad out here, everyone. It is really bad. And Elaine, if you don't mind tapping in a little bit further, elaborating on that, because it was my understanding that even in the schools, the lack of mental health therapy or even evaluations, for example, the IEP evaluations that are done with kids who have different disabilities, whether it's the learning disability, physical disabilities. There's these, it's called like an early intervention program. I was told that some of those are even taking months to do, versus these kids need to be evaluated immediately so that they can get the proper services. And if that's happening in the schools, Grand Rising, Paula, Grand Rising. Oh, I'm so glad that some Erie County workers are in on this chat this morning, because I would like your input. As if you're working in the health care department, child and family services, if you can get your input on how the mental health shortage, the shortage of mental health workers are right now in New York State or Erie County, for instance, so that we can get, so that we can notify the listening public, because this is serious right now. This is serious because we all know people, or ourselves, we have our own mental health things going on. So if you're living in New York State or Erie County, you really want to know what steps you can take to handle that. Maybe you have a family member that have exhibited some type of mental health outburst, and you're concerned. What steps can we take, or who can we turn to? We know that the National Suicide Hotline is now 988. You can text that and reach someone. You can call someone. Paula said, I agree with y'all, especially in the city of Buffalo. Yes, especially in the city.
I have a question on that too. What is the weight of being evaluated or to see gynecologists, therapists? What is the wait time? Because I know I just moved from the state of New Mexico, and their wait time is 6 months.
Yours is 6 months. That's crazy. To get evaluated, just to get evaluated, to even
get evaluated, it's 6 months. Mental. They said New Mexico is one of the top mental health states in our country, and I'm like, me living there, it's like you gotta walk through a place of zombies. Like the Walking Dead movie is definitely a movie that's what's going on. Really, it is. Like, I hate to say that, but it's like we can't leave the house. When me and my wife was there, we couldn't leave the house without being extra vigilant and diligent when we leave the house, because of the mental people out there homeless, and they mental is on a whole different level, and and then with that mental health it comes entitlement, and it's like it keep going and keep going, like, you know what I mean? So it's 6 months in the state of New Mexico. What is it in the state of New York
Well, what Grand Rising Nia, thank you everybody who continues to tune in. Go ahead and do us a favor and put at followers and at highlight just so that your followers can get in on this conversation, because chances are if you are getting something from this conversation, someone that you follow or someone that follows you may also get something from this conversation, because this is a really important discussion.
Okay.
This
One
is
year
related
or
to mental
longer.
health. Yeah, 1 year or longer. Elaine says for trauma therapy. That's trauma therapy. And I know that to get assistance, if you're in a vet, depending on the type of therapy that you are seeking, it can take 6 years to a year. I mean, 6
Yeah.
months to a year just to get evaluated. That's from eating disorders. That's from like PTSD. It takes a while now to get evaluated. So what are the next question I have is, okay, so what are our elected officials doing to help bridge the gap? Because life is still lifing.
Yeah.
Life is still lifing, and that's for children. She said it's longer for adults. What about the VA? Because I know that you're familiar with a lot of different, and thank you so much, Elaine, for tapping in on this conversation, because she comes with a wealth of knowledge. She comes with
Good
with
morning. Good
experience
morning.
from the VA side as well as the Child and Family Services side. So thank you so much for your contribution this morning. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Nia. I see that you put at followers. Appreciate that so much. So what could we do in the wake of the length of time that it's taken, Elaine, or even if you are dealing with say substance abuse disorders? Paula, if you can give us some insight on that. If someone is dealing with a substance abuse disorder as well with mental health. So Paula said, I'm working with a client now whose son is dealing with mental illness and substance abuse. We need more structure in both mental health and substance abuse within both systems.
Mm.
Wow.
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 So New York is a little rough. That's kind of that's why I'm surprising to me that New York is as long a wait than New Mexico, and New Mexico is out of whack. The whole state, if it's hard because we lived there. I lived there for going on 2 years, and
Jody.
I had to run away from that because number one is a lot of them don't want the help. Is that the same problem that's going on in the state of New York? That a lot of people don't want the help. They want to stay in their hot mess and keep. You know what I'm saying? Is that the issue?
I've heard different statements on that. Some of that I'm sure is true. When we think about our own lives, a lot of us, we don't have the funds to pay for therapy. I was lucky that I've found therapists. I had to go outside of Buffalo to find a therapist. Thankfully, because I decided to take virtual, because I raised my hand and said, you know what? I'm not okay, and I need to find somebody ASAP. So I went through my job's EAP program. It's a program that hopefully, if you are working, your job offers like a EAP program. Elaine said it's a budget issue.
The budget issue.
Wow.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense right there. Is it any other organizations is getting involved, like churches? We got the Peacekeepers. We got a lot of things going on in the city of Buffalo. The Fathers Program, is they all coming together? Is helping out in those areas to at least have some form of counsel until you can have get in line for therapy or for God colleges, whatever you got to whatever you got to do in the system to get any help. You know what I mean? Is they getting together and having programs, coming together to help? That's an issue also.
That's a really great question. And thank you so much, DJ Apollo. I see you on the check-in. Grand Rising, Jermaine Miller, thank you so much for tapping in. I think this is my first time seeing you tapping in. We are talking about the Lewiston, Maine mass shooter. He was found a self-inflicted death. He was found. Again, we are highlighting, okay, what went wrong here? This was a mental health issue that went unchecked. It seemed like some steps were taken, but what happened, because the ball was dropped somewhere, that he was allowed to kill 18 people and wound 13 others. So we're talking about the mental health and how it relates to where we're living right now. So let us know where you are tuning in from. If you are tuning in from Buffalo, thank you so much to the experienced workers from the Buffalo area who's tapping in and contributing to this conversation. Paula and Elaine, thank you so much for your contribution to this conversation, because they work with the state and county, so they know a lot about what is going on. Thank you so much. Jermaine said he's tapping in from Buffalo. Thank you, Jermaine. What is your experience, or have any of you ever had to deal with any family members who have had a mental health crisis? And if so, how did you deal with it? Or maybe it was yourself. Joker, you and I have been vocal about the things that we've struggled with in life. I was just saying that I was in a mental health crisis a little while ago, and I raised my hand and I was able to get therapy, but I had to do it virtually in order to be seen right away.
Right.
It took about probably 10 days to be seen. But again, mine was virtually, and there's a cost to it. You know, you through certain jobs, you may get a few free sessions and then you have to pay. What I am noticing that if you do go virtual, which is it worked for me, a lot of these therapists, because they realize the cost, they are on they may cost between $30 to $60 a session. I think the lowest I've seen was $25, and the most expensive I've seen was like $65 per session that you have to pay out of pocket. A lot of people don't have that though. What happens if you don't have that, and now you have to wait a year just to be evaluated? What do we do in those circumstances?
Right. Yeah, it's definitely it's very frustrating. And especially the person that want help, especially that really want help. Now, if there's somebody really want help, them the ones that I try to push for. But you know, it's a lot of them that just don't want. Like my fellow brother and I talked last night, that he was going on and on and on. I know he was going through a mental crisis, but when you're trying to give him some positive tools to help out his situation, especially if you've been there, because where he's at, I've been there. And I told him I understand and I understand what you're going through, because I've been through those things you're going through in that place you is as being a young man, as being 22, 23 years old. You know what I mean? And that age right there, that mental health is on a whole nother level, because it's different than what we was going through. You know what I mean? We pretty much, you know, people like me and you, Queen, is like we learned cold turkey most of the time in our life. We didn't have any help, no resources. They knew what it was to step it under the rug. You know what I mean? So we dealt with it in different ways, and we had to figure it out. You know, if you really wanted to help yourself, we had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? With no extra help. You know what I mean? We got help, but not that extra help. This is extra help now, since it's in the forefront because of what's going on in the world right now and all that. So, you know, so it had to be a tragedy for the system and the government and the city councils, and I keep going on and on and on to get involved. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I agree.
It's just facts.
I agree.
He said it's 100. You pay $100 per hour.
See,
not covered by insurance. Why?
A lot of times, if you have not met your deductible, depending on the type of medical insurance you have, psychiatric help is not always in the plan. You may have to meet your deductible before the insurance actually pays for your visits. So that means you have to pay out of pocket $100 an hour. I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I am not surprised, and that's per hour. Imagine. Wow. And he said, Boris Banga said, I have an associate's degree in mental health and substance abuse counseling from ECC. Couldn't make a living wage with it. That's the problem too. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
let's talk about that also.
That stuff like college to me. I'm listen. I don't bash nobody that's going to college. Do what you do. But really do research before you go into it, because things that Bars Bank is going through right now, he can't even get a job to help in this movement to take care of himself. You know what I mean? So now, he got to go LLC license to do a business, and then people can't afford it.
Yeah. And I'm
$100 a session. You know what I mean? 25 a session is rough right now. Because some people need it every week. That's $100 a month.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I know when I had my therapy, thank God that I was blessed to be a part of this program in New Mexico, but I was having a session every week.
Yeah. It was weekly for me. And
Weekly.
yeah,
And
because
it helped me. And it helped me a lot. Like if I didn't do that weekly, I would probably wouldn't be here right now talking to y'all right now. Like, I'm really, people need it more than us. I know some people do it 2-3 times a week.
Oh,
Monday,
yeah.
Wednesday, Friday.
And to further elaborate, and Elaine, I see what you said. She said the main issues is not having enough money in our state and county budget issue to pay counselors. So a lot of these counselors are making $16 to $17 an hour. $16 and $17 an hour. That is not really a livable wage if you have a family. It's just not. It's
Right.
it's barely livable if it's just you. New York State has launched a mental health innovative to address these concerns. However, this is a huge issue and will take time to fix. I'm tapping in from Lackawanna. Thank you so much oh my God, thank you so much for joining and being transparent about it. This is why I'm so glad that Elaine is on this morning, because she has a wealth of experience in different areas of dealing with this. She actually helped me with my daughter. My son had severe mental health. It was hard for me to find the appropriate services. I was in school getting my MSW, which is her master's degree in social work, and had to use my school contacts and coworkers to navigate the system. If you ever get a chance, go back to my Think and Grow with Vet Green. I actually did an interview with Elaine, and she talked about her journey and the things that she had to do because she was an advocate for her son. That too, if you have someone who, or you yourself have mental health challenges, I don't want to say issues because they're challenges, you want to have an advocate. If your child is experiencing some type of mental health challenges, you want to be their advocate. And Elaine's story and how she advocated for her child was so inspiring, because it's not easy. It's not easy. And I'm speaking on a personal level myself. It's not easy dealing with your own mental health challenges. And it's definitely not easy seeing your child go through what you have gone through, or something that you've dealt with other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not easy at all. And Bars Banker, I feel your pain, because I worked at a school here in 716. I don't want to say the school. And I had to deal with a lot of mentally challenged children based on the trauma that they had experienced at home. I think I was making $16 an hour, if that. I may not have, I may have been making $12 or $14 an hour. I just remember that it was not enough to deal with what I had to deal with and what I had to endure. Even though, the kids need the assistance, but I feel like the workers need to be paid more, just like the CNAs. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and some facilities are paying these CNAs $14 an hour, $14.50 an hour to deal with what they have to deal with. Yeah. I am one of the caretakers for my mom and my uncle. I am one of the caretakers. Did you hear me? It takes a team for us to do what we have to do for the both of them. Imagine being in a nursing home, working in a nursing home, and you have 40 people that you have to get up, get ready. Sometimes you have to bathe them. Imagine doing that, and you're the only one doing it.
Right.
You can take $14.50 an hour.
And that's kind of stressful too. That you really be stressed out at the end of the day. You need counsel, you need therapy, for yourself doing that type of job. That's really hard on your mind and your body and your soul, man. It's like, oh man, it's a domino effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
A lot of healthcare workers right now, and it's funny because we were talking about the stresses of our jobs, and I said, my job, I said, your job is physically draining, so I can't even imagine, hey, Lamar, what you have to deal with. My job can be very mentally taxing. And she said to me, my job is mentally and physically taxing. I said, oh, you know what? I never thought about that level, the mental draining, and that's in the wake of this nurse that just killed herself. Remember the 28-year-old nurse that unlifed herself?
Yeah, we did that. That's still going on. I just seen that on my feeds a little bit, and I believe Tamara Hall talked about it on our show a couple of days ago. I seen clips and stuff as I follow the page, and that's really touching right there, man. Man, I'm speechless on situations like that. These jobs and how they treat people, and they're not taking mental health serious, and it's like it goes on and on and on. Everybody is entitled situations and that, and it's like, no, it's like you got to go. Everybody's going through it, especially since COVID. Like that really put the icing on the cake at everything, especially with mental health. So
a report showed
that's a whole other show
that was done in 2022, and this is speaking of COVID, bro, because you're so right, because COVID really like catapulted this thing. So about 57%, that is over half, everyone. So imagine if you go into a nursing home right now. There's nursing homes all over Buffalo, all over Lackawanna. There's a nursing home right here in Lackawanna. Imagine walking into that nursing home. Over 57% of healthcare workers reported symptoms of anxiety, compared to 51% of other workers. There were about 34% of healthcare workers also reported symptoms of depression. I have family members that work in the healthcare field, whether they're in the office or they're in the front lines taking care of patients. It is so mentally taxing and mentally draining, and physically if you're in the front lines. Lamar, do you know of workers that in the healthcare field, or if you are a worker watching right now in the healthcare field, please elaborate. If you'd like to enter into this discussion, do you guys mind us dropping the link, and if they'd like to elaborate, because I don't know, mental health just seems to be the theme for the day.
Yeah, definitely. Give them a link in their inbox if they want to come live. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to, and put your input, your experience as a worker, as being in the system like that, or wait, if you're working in the system, like like a couple people that's in the comments now, saying do that. I think it's going to help the situation out, to let people know what's really going on out here, man. It's that's what this platform is made for. Yeah, that'd be dope.
I don't know. I can speak from both ends. I got family members that's in the healthcare profession, and I also worked in the healthcare profession for 5 years in a row. I don't know if I can say the name of said hospital on the show. So we all know we stay at Buffalo. It's only 3 or 4 major hospitals. Let's just say, for argument's sake, I worked at one of the 3 or 4 major hospitals. So I worked at 3 to 4 major hospitals. I started out as an environmental service worker, cleaning surgery rooms. You know what I mean? I started off with that. People don't understand. Like, I've worked in 2 really bad worlds. Joker knows one of them. Joker knows about the restaurant business.
Yeah.
And the hospital game is really not the same. It's really taxing in 2 ways, especially if you're a person of color. We are frowned upon in that area of professionality. I've seen people go up to people who were doctors and be like, hey, can you clean this up for me? And they be like, clean this up for you? Do you know who I am? I'm a doctor for like 7 years, but just because of the color of their skin, they thought they was a janitor. I've heard nurses say, that's not my job because I don't You know, I've heard nurses basically say, I don't want to take care of colored people. I've seen them treat people. So to see stuff like that is mentally taxing. And then on top of it, you have to be a strong-willed person and be able to see just regular, normal human beings. There's not a racist bone in my body. With that being said, it's hard to see anybody, any shape, form, color. I've seen people without legs. I've seen people that are on ICU machines, you know what I'm saying, struggling to breathe, that if you pull or touch something or mess with something wrong, their life will end right then and there. I've seen people, I've just seen people in the hospital. I've been on a PCA. I've been in the restaurant part of it. I've literally seen every single angle that there is to see stuff through in the hospital's eyes. And the job itself is taxing enough. It made me appreciate life more to see people in certain situations, but it definitely takes a toll on you. And that mixed with the crookedness of how the hospital game is, it will literally drive any person insane or start them down the path of being insane. I'm not afraid to say it, I've tried to go get help for my mental issues. And a lot of it, I believe, stems from me working in hospitals. I really, really do. Working in a hospital really changed my life for the worse. As being a Black person, we can take all day. We can take criticism and stuff like that because we Black, because we've been going through it our whole life. It's nothing new. We've been segregated and treated different. It's nothing new. But to on top of that, see people in certain physical and mental conditions on a daily basis takes a toll on you. And I think that they don't realize that. That's the main point. They don't realize that you're not supposed to see people sick all the time. That takes a toll on you. It definitely takes. It's not a fun job at all.
Eve Rush Network, the boss is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, my brother.
Grand Rising from the Evening Rush. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe if you are tuning in from our YouTube page, the Evening Rush. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and download the app if you have not already.
Do that.
And I got two things. One, I didn't know it was Shades Day. I didn't get the message inside the instant chat that said it was National Shades Day.
I see you looking like a ninja. I see you looking like the woo over there.
Yeah, I had to get hoodied up from our guest yesterday. I had to get hoodied up.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, we're gonna keep this conversation going. We're gonna go ahead and take a break and go ahead and do this music video of the day. It's gonna fit us very well what we're talking about, because we definitely need prayer in the building to make it do what it do. This artist right here, man, I would love to definitely have her on the show one day. It's a female MC gospel hip hop. You know what I mean? Man, it's a story to tell. I love what she's been doing in her life. I've been following her on Instagram. Her name is Keisha Dreams. And she's been doing it for a while. I see her catalog. She got videos from 10 years ago. She's been in this ministry for a long time. She's making it do what it do. And we gonna get right into this. Her name is Keisha Dreams. It's called Waymaker. Right here as the music video of the day. Sponsored by the Even Rush Network. Go ahead and click in the description. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you like and put follow. And check out their podcast and check out the radio station.
Oh,
banging. The radio station on the chain on the Even Rush Network. With the Fleet DJs, man. Awesome. So we're gonna go right to the video right here. You know what I'm saying? Come on then, you ready to get y'all praise on.
How you doing? I am pissed. I'm hurt. Saying you're upset. What does God
I don't
say?
understand. You see what I'm saying?
Well, this is what I'm... God, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? In my situation.
He's a
waymaker. I know he is, but why he won't do it for me? Why he won't do it for me?
You've been there before with him.
I know you're upset. I know. No,
you don't
you
think
don't-
there's a way
listen.
out. But God is a way maker.
Mother Marie, I don't.
He's done it before.
I'm just getting tired. I know he's who he is.
Remember the word. When there's no one else that can help you, you gotta believe that God will make a way. He's a way maker. Just trust him. Just hold on to the truth. It's in you. We've been there before, and he made a way.
Oh God, help me.
Just trust him exactly.
I just need it now.
He's the only one who can, and he will. Just believe him and trust in him.
Yes. He's my way maker. Yeah, 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 yeah. Way maker. Glory and honor, my God, I'm making it known. He's making the way, my God, he's taking the show. Trust in my God, and he's making it known. Know that he's my way maker. Yeah. Glory and honor, my God, I'm making it known. He's making the way, my God, he's taking the show. Trust in my God, and he's making it known. Know that he's my way maker. On earth, your will be done, 'cause heaven is where it's from. My faith is in my shouts, I'm jumping up to the sun. Rejecting disbelief with deeds spoken and done. 'Cause powerful is his name, and it's written Jesus the Son. The way, the truth, the life, God working the way he do. And powerful, he's the one, God mighty in battle too. 'Cause greater is he in me, so I'm claiming the holy truth about my Father's business, 'cause Jesus is coming soon. Trust God, my God, and he's making it right. The truth and the light, he's on time. Trust God, he will provide. Keep him in your sight, he's willing to fight your battles. Glory and honor, my God, I'm making it known. He's making the way, my God, he's taking the show. Trust in my God, and he's making it known. Know that he's my way maker. Yeah. Glory and honor, my God, I'm making it known. He's making the way, my God, he's taking the show. Trust in my God, and he's making it known. Yeah. Know that he's my way maker. Your power, your word is told. You give it wasn't sold. Prophecies they behold, and the truth is being told. There's nothing you wouldn't know. In heaven we are the soul, the young and the old. It doesn't matter who you chose. You take away the load. It's shaping and then you mold. Lo and behold, God is everywhere that we go. Holy Spirit, I let him drove. So God, taking control. Did you see what he did for me? My God, I'm glad I know. Trust God, my God, and he's making it right. The truth and the light, he's on time. Trust God, he will provide. He's him in your sight, he's willing to fight your battles. Glory and honor, my God, I'm making it known. He's making the way, my God, he's taking the show. Trust in my God, and he's making it known. Know that he's my way maker. Glory and honor, my God, I'm making it known. He's making the way, my God, he's taking the show. Trust in my God, and he's making it known. Know that he's my way maker. Glory and honor, my God, I'm making it known. He's making the way, my God, he's taking the show. Trust in my God, and he's making it known. Know that he's my way maker. Glory and honor, my God, I'm making it known.
Seriously, I just want to tell you thank you. Like, really. I'm just like, I'm like, what? Okay, open it up. Check for $1 million.
See, I told you, God is a way maker. That is God.
I mean, he made a way. I went home, wasn't even thinking about it, wasn't looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on now with these sound jokers.
Yeah. Keisha Dreams. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, God said I so needed this right now. God, oh, look at God come through. that
yeah.
comes through.
Yeah. How y'all like that video? How you like the message? How did you like the arrangement of that video, man? Give us your input on that.
I like the video. Like I said, it was real nice. You know me, I got the director's eye, so I look at majorly how it was shot. So it was beautifully shot. You know what I'm saying? It was beautifully executed. And like I said, the message is there. I mean, you heard me say it on the podcast before. I believe everybody got a God. It's just in different languages. Buddha ain't nothing but God in Chinese. And you know what I mean? So with that being said, the message is there. I like it.
Yeah, that's awesome. What you think about it, Queen Vet Green?
She reading what's the names.
Oh,
I know exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, the video was definitely, when I first seen it, and she, sent it to me, you know what I'm saying? I was like, let me check it out. I want to, so cause usually I analyze the videos and I approve it and everything. And I said, this right here is perfect. I'm glad that different genres is coming to the forefront and sending their music videos to me. And this is perfect. What we talk about today. It's off the chain. Yeah. So my man, Sean said he needs this right now. God woke us up this morning, and no doubt. Yeah, it definitely came right on time. What you say, 4-star?
I said the gospel. I hope gospel, anyways, is making a comeback. I don't know why, but it seems like gospel always like gets up a little bit. Like it'll be like 1 or 2 artists, 3 artists that's really good, and then it'll go back down as far as popularity. You know what I'm saying? It never really gets mainstream like I think it deserves to be mainstream.
Yeah.
I think it's just as important as any other genre of music.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? I wish a lot more of it was played. I don't know what the problem is. I'm not in the music industry like that. I don't know if it's the analytics or something show that it's not going to sell or something like that. I don't know why it's not mainstream, but it deserves to be.
Yeah, you're right. That's why I'm getting a lot of that in my inbox. I see my man, Sean, Don, is definitely in the hospital with his son. Is definitely, what I'm saying, prayers on that. You know what I mean. So the industry is there's a lot going on. A lot of independent artists coming up, and a lot of independent movement coming up, and I'm getting a lot of that stuff in my inbox. I'm getting a lot of little something coming in, and and I hope they keep sending me stuff like this to play on the platform, because it's definitely off the chain. No doubt. Yeah, there's definitely a great question. And speaking of independent, is we're gonna get right into the movement that I got going on, my segment of the show, of the morning show. Then we're gonna go right to your segment afterwards. You know what I mean? Is you and your boy, you know what I mean? $3.99 market tip of the day.
Joker, I got you. Here you go. I got you. Introductions. This is my thing. All right, so I got you. I'm a segue you into your free 99. I got you.
$3.99. Right. Got Queen Lay in the building.
Big Lay, hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
And I'm glad you have joined us.
You still the queen. You still the queen now. Stop now.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for our next segment? We got segments now. Yeah, we got segments.
I'm lit. Let's go down.
The $3.99 jump off today is for all you artists. I did my research that I talked about a couple of days ago about the Spotify Universal movement. We've been deceived for a whole year for us being on Spotify. That's why things have changed. That's why I understood the things that I was talking about, the things that was changing on Spotify, and I was putting that free 99 game for all the artists to grab onto it. And I'm just gonna put this up and I'm gonna let Big Lay, Queen Lay, read this when I put this overlay up real quick. Let me go ahead and find it real quick, and then you tell me what y'all think about it and what y'all see.
Okay.
Then I want y'all to see the date. This just was on YouTube, not YouTube. This was just on Google a week ago. They just now putting on Google. Everything's not on Google, y'all. Just to let y'all know. They changed that years ago. 3 years ago, they changed that. They took the information, a lot of information out of Google because of the libraries, and the library system was saying that a lot of people don't need the libraries anymore. So they changed everything to everything's not on Google now. Now Google has a contract with all the government libraries to where if you use one of their computers in the library and see their Google and have your laptop look at your Google, you're gonna see it's different. You can search something on there, it might not it ain't gonna show up on your Google on your laptop or your phone, but if you use the library's Google, you'll see more information. So you still need libraries for, research. For all
I'm a nerd. I like libraries. I just like the whole feel. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I like the ambiance of a library. You can't get me out of a Barnes and Noble. Oh, don't get me started.
A Books A Million, I love it. I want y'all to read that right there for me real out loud.
According to the complaint, UMG revealed in 2021 that it owns more than 3% of Spotify shares worth $1.7 billion, of which a substantial portion came from the 2008 agreement. Black Sheep said UMG broke their recording contract by underpaying royalties and failing to account for the Spotify deal. Huh?
Yeah, and what happened? It was January 4th, 2023.
Wow.
We've been deceived a whole year.
Wow.
Hold up.
So
Black
what that
Sheep,
means
like
is
group Black Sheep?
Yeah, the rap group Rap Sheep. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right.
And I remember he was on. Let me take this down. I remember he was on one of the talk shows. I think he was on not Wendy Williams show, but he was on one of them shows. I think it might have been Kelly Clarkson show or something. He was on Jennifer Hudson, something like that. But he was talking about that also. But I didn't catch on what he was saying until this came out. Now I understand now what's going on. I talked to two other my mentors. One of my mentors used to work for Universal Records. Was an intern, employed for Universal Records for 14 years. Then my other mentor worked for a company who had a label deal with them. So this information is definitely making sense. And I got another piece of video that I get just to download yet from another podcast, and I will talk about this down the line. We'll post it up and we'll continue talking about this. And he said that since Universal owns part of Spotify, that's 3% there, but it's been renegotiated. Now they own 30%. So that 3% on that screenshot Google that I got, that's even wrong. They own 30% of Spotify. So to say all this, if you're on Spotify as an artist, you cannot say you're independent anymore because you're paying the masses of the industry.
Wow. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know that.
That's why that means technically nobody's an independent artist because
if you're
everybody's
on Spotify, you're not an independent artist.
Wow,
now, question: would that go for every other platform too? Because you gotta think they gotta get their profit off too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's anything. If we can't say we're independent. You know what I'm saying? Well, we can say we're independent podcast, but the Even Rush Network is connected to Spotify. So now they're not considered an independent media company because you're paying the masses. You're paying Universal Media. You're paying media, Universal corporations or production. You know what I'm saying? So you're still playing, and I know Universal been trying to knock down those doors for a long time with Spotify. Sean Parker said no for years because he wanted to build the company. So now it reached to a different level now. Now Sean got weak on us. And those who know who Sean Parker is, Sean Parker is also the one who helped Facebook launch. You know what I mean? If y'all watch the Social Network movie. Sean Parker was played by Justin Timberlake. Yeah. And so Sean Parker was the original owner of Spotify. So he got weak. He was strong for us for a while now. He was looking out for us. He was, for us independent artists for a long time. And all of a sudden that bag was so good.
Money will change it.
Yeah, that bag was so good. So Universal, come on in here and be a part of this thing here. And now, a lot of these labels now, when you're on Spotify, you want to get a label deal, you want to get a record deal, you want to get a publishing deal. The first thing they're going to ask you is you on Spotify. Once that happens, some contracts change because at the beginning you never was an independent artist because you're on Spotify. You know what I mean?
they should be classified as something else though, because granted, okay, I think technically, okay, maybe they're not considered as independent, but they not signed to a label. Like there should be some type of midpoint classification. Like, you know what I mean? There should be like, no, I'm not independent, but I'm just on Spotify. Like, I don't know what Spotify independent or something, but it should be something where you know what I mean? It should be something where, because if I hear you say you're not an independent artist, the first thing I think of is you signed to like Columbia or Sony Music or something. That's the first thing that come in my mind when you say that.
Me too. And me too, because it just makes sense in that way. But then when you look at it as a business perspective, as being me owning my own label for a while, and me being on that side of the table, it doesn't make sense now to say you're not independent, because independent means all the money is going to you. You control your lane. You control how you market yourself, and knowing how much you're going to get. Now, Universal involved. They cutting everything short by half. So we was getting like a 1/4 of 3/3 of a penny. We might get 1/4 now because of, you know what I mean? Because of the Universal is the number one, honcho in the industry right now. So they owning 30%. You know what I'm saying? That's the real thing, is 30%. That 3, that's old, but it's 30% now. Now they're cutting out the new law I was talking about a couple of days ago, last Friday. If you remember, I'm saying that by January, that if your Spotify is not active, you're not going to get paid for the streams you already have.
Wow.
If you're not getting a certain amount of streams per weekday, or we don't know those numbers yet, but if you ain't getting a certain amount of numbers of streams of a certain time period, you won't be getting paid.
Different rules. They got to tighten up.
Yep. I mean, is it fair for the independent artists? No, but I understand why they're doing that, because a lot of these artists that's on these platforms is taking up a lot of data space, and they're not marketing themselves. That's why I'm always pushing marketing all the time. You know what I mean? My mentors always push marketing all the time, because everybody needs a marketing coach or manager, because they don't know how to market themselves on this platform. Since they changed everything with the algorithm, now we got AI involved now, so it's getting tough. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in the market community, digital marketing community, you won't understand, because you're an artist trying to get it back and take care of your family and want to go to the next level as being an artist. And it makes sense. But yeah, now it's like, if you're on Spotify, you shouldn't consider yourself.
I feel like Spotify needs some competition. That's what it is. Spotify done got too big.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Monopoly right now.
Somebody need to battle Spotify, like Pepsi got Coke.
Yeah,
Isn't that where
they need a Coke to their Spotify?
That's true. That's true. With SoundCloud, that's when Spotify came. Wasn't it SoundCloud first, and then it was Spotify?
Yeah, it was
SoundCloud came first. Yeah, then Spotify came right behind it. Apple Music was there first, then SoundCloud. But Apple Music, they kept their standards to where it is now, and they didn't plan to move no time soon. That's why no major artist on Apple Music or iTunes is hitting 1 million streams. I'm hitting 1 billion streams. Nobody in the mainstream is the 1 billion streams on Apple, but there is on Spotify.
Okay.
Now it makes sense now.
Yes, I would say it definitely makes sense now. For why?
Yeah.
Definitely, Spotify definitely needs some competition, and they definitely I feel like it's not fair to the artists, but I think that's just a way to step the game up, play a little harder.
Yeah, but my main thing I tell artists is, if you don't know how to market yourself, you're doing your music, and you've been doing music for a year, and you haven't marketed yourself, you may be talented, I have good music, but that's not your cup of tea. It's get to that point now. I'm just being honest.
That's true.
Me being in the music industry, for 20 years now, I've been signed to a major. I've been signed to Universal. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in the market. I was signed to Sony. You know what I mean? So it's like me being there before the digital even took it to the next level. It was very interesting to me being in those offices. It was very interesting to learn what they do and how they do things. I've learned a lot. Me being part of a hip hop group, but I was also their manager. I was playing a lot of hats, and I didn't really want to be an artist at that time, because I really wanted to focus on the business side of it.
Mhm.
Even though, because on the whole album that we did, the mixtape we did, I was featured on the track. I didn't really. I had one solo track on there, and that was it. And I didn't really want to be on the other tracks. I just want, I want one of my two other artists to do their thing. One of my artists I want to push forward as a solo artist, as a management, so I could move things forward. I was on the business side so heavy that I forgot I could rhyme sometimes. I'm like, yo, you want to go do it? You want to get on this track, Joker? I'm like, hold on, oh yeah, I do rap. Like, I do got skills. Like, what? I forgot because I'm so busy on being with these executives and asking questions and seeing how they work. You know what I mean? And shout out to whoever directed and put that bio together of Whitney Houston. You ever watched that Whitney Houston I Want to Dance Somebody movie?
I want to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I heard it's good.
Very closely. And watch
biopics upset me so much sometimes, so that's why I've been kind of saving it, because if you got love for the person and they not right on, you're gonna be sitting there mad the whole movie. Like, man, that ain't no Whitney Houston.
This is what I'm gonna tell you. When you watch that Whitney Houston movie, don't focus on the character of Whitney. Focus on Clyde Davis' role. Focus on the executives on their role, how they was talking about how they was presenting music to Whitney. Focus on that, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go rewatch it now.
From that perspective, you're gonna see how the music business really works and how they brainwashed Whitney. They gave her the bag, but that wasn't her bag. Like, you know what I mean?
I heard a lot of bugged out Whitney stories.
Yeah, when she died, Clyde Davis made $14 billion. Okay.
Did she make that much when she was alive? Did she?
No.
Okay. I thought so.
He made $14 billion when Whitney passed away.
That's crazy.
And then he made another $30 billion when her daughter passed away.
That's crazy.
But they pushed Bobby Brown out the way because Bobby knew the business. I learned it through Becca Bivens, who was his new edition partner, who also learned the business. So I'm just telling you, I'm just spilling the bean live here. If they mute this, that's okay.
That's why I can't get in that music industry. Thank God I can't sing or dance.
Hello.
I can't. I swear to God.
I'm gonna stick to this side of the world.
I'll be coming home telling people all types of crazy stories. And then I went to one of their parties.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
One of those parties, man. One of those parties that definitely do it. People promote and don't market. Don't market is the biggest problem. That's it. It's the biggest problem in the industry of becoming artists. I mean, Sean Dawn, the owner of the Even Rush Network, I'm his marketing manager. He's been marketing stuff for a while. Ever since we came together, we figuring out everything. He's getting information, I'm getting information, and we're teaching each other now. We're teaching each other now. You know what I mean?
For people like myself, can you tell me what's the difference between promoting and then marketing?
Oh man,
that's a
basic question. I love that question.
I like that shit. You're good.
I need wisdom.
The word promotion came from radio. Let's make that clear. The word promotion came from radio before the digital world came.
Okay.
So if you was in the 70s, 60s, and 70s, and they say I'm about to get my song promoted, then the first thing they're gonna think is that you're gonna be on a radio commercial. Okay, and that's it. Billboards was marketing. So if you was on a billboard, that was a form of marketing. That's the only thing that the industry really was good at was that, because of New York City, Las Vegas, and big places like that. They make sure they had a billboard for the artist. So that was pretty much marketing. But promotion is radio, get played on the radio.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That was the old form of marketing. Now the new form of promotion. The new form of promotion is radio and social media.
Right.
When you're just posting.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that's going to see that post is the people that's what?
Following you, friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's promotion. So when you're putting up your post about your podcast, you're promoting.
Okay.
So you're only going to reach the people that follow you.
Say.
That's it. But you want to reach people that's not following you, right?
Yes.
That's marketing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Marketing is reaching people that's not following you.
Okay.
And you're feeding those people that's not following you yet. but then you're changing those followers that's already following also into fans because they see the number of growth is going, and they don't want to be leaving out. They want to leave them out because they've been following you since day one, and they've been checking you out for so long. Now they want to be part of that marketing field. Guess what? Now they're going to be a fan because they're seeing a lot of more people getting involved. They're like, oh, no, I'm not getting my space out the way because I've been following Layla's tea time. I got to, I got to buy the merch. I got to buy the t-shirt. I got to do this now. I got to do, you know what I mean? They want to stay relevant in engagement in what you're doing because now you're getting a bigger audience and they want to be a part of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And we all the same. We all do that. You know what I'm saying? I do. I've been following, like for example, the artist we had on the show yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Ida Divine. She about to go to another level because she's with the Grammy Academy. So when she wins that award in the Grammys, guess what? We gonna stay up to par with it because you know what I mean. We helped her do what she do. Now we gonna definitely get involved more because millions of more people want to see her.
Okay.
And that's form of jealousy. We envy a little bit. It is. I hate to say it. It is. But that's the way people are on the social media. You know what I mean? We never knew the real Whitney. I was surprised after watching it. Those Bible pictures. Yeah, true. It's it's a lot of things in that Whitney story that you got to really catch on. You got to catch on a lot of things. How she set everything up on her drug habit, down to the music business, down to how Clyde Davis worked. You got to look at those small things in that biopic to understand what's happening now with Spotify and Universal. To where now artists that's on Spotify is not considered an independent artist because you're paying the masses. You're paying the masses of the industry, which is Universal Records. Yeah. And how her father robbed her because he was part of the machine. He was part of the machine. He got involved.
That's the bugged out part about being around when this happened. Because I remember hearing little bits and pieces and stuff from the news, and be like, "Hold on, what happened to Whitney? What Whitney Daddy was doing? Oh, Clyde Davis did what?" But you never really found it because it was news and social media wasn't out yet for real.
That's
so
right.
you really found out what they wanted you to know, and that was it. You didn't have access to anything else. So now I can't wait to see this biopic because now it's going to explain a whole bunch of stuff that didn't make no sense 25 years ago.
Right.
I can't wait.
I really want people to pay attention to the Clyde Davis part and how he presented to her and how he packaged everything to deceive her. But she was good, but at the end of the day, a lot of that money she didn't get. A lot of that bag she did not get at all. You know what I mean? Vec Green's back in the house. So it's like
technical difficulties, I don't know what's going on. I had to get on the tablet.
So we talking about
glorious, but short-circuited the what's name with the fro. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I can't make my hand fly like a female, but with motion. When
we were talking about Vec Green, we was talking about what's going on with Spotify. I got more information. I told you I was going to do my research, and I'm gonna have you read that one more time for me, Vec Green. Can you read that for me?
Okay. According to the complaint, UMG revealed in 2021 that it owns more than 3% of Spotify shares, worth $1.7 billion, of which substantial portion came from the 2008 agreement. Black Sheep said UMG broke their recording contract by underpaying royalties and failing to account for the Spotify deal. Wow.
And that was January 4th of 2023.
Wow, that's
so everything got clear. So we've been deceived for a whole year. And that number 3, you got to add a 0 to it. It's 30% now. It's 30% now.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Watch your bit. Mind your business.
Yeah.
That's a statement. Mind your business.
Yeah. And but from that statement right there, I made it clear live on this platform that if you're an independent artist and you're on Spotify, you can't put the word independent in front of your name now. Because you're paying the machine. So that you pretty much sign yourself when you're on Spotify.
Everywhere.
You're on Spotify, you're pretty much signing yourself. No matter if you go to a distribution company, which is a third party, they knew about this along. Driscoll Kid, United Masters. I keep going. They all deceivers.
And then we wonder why everybody having mental health challenges. This is why.
Yeah.
Can't afford to feed yourself. You're making you putting this craft in, and can't even get paid properly for it.
That's a fact.
But what is it? Spotify pays like a quarter of a penny.
Yeah,
That's
man.
ridiculous to me.
Right now they're like one third or 1/4 now since Spotify is with Universal Records, and now it's like this now. Starting in January, they saying that if you're not getting enough streams on a consistent basis, you're not getting paid for those.
Wow. Yeah, mind your business, everybody. You need to be diligent about what it is that and what you're doing it for.
Yeah.
I saw Don said that people promote, they don't market, which is one of the biggest problems. And I heard you break down, the difference between promotion and marketing. Just mind your business, everybody.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Mind your business.
Yeah.
Because it can get real.
Yeah.
Get
real. I'm telling you later. I know you always supporting artists on your platform, and that is there any way that you can pass this on to them? Because they not only they gonna listen to me, they need to listen to somebody else.
Yeah, clearly. It's definitely something that I'm taking my own heed in. So I'm pretty sure spreading that message is, like you said, $3.99. Who wouldn't want to take this wisdom?
Yeah.
Being clueless.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a marketing coach, marketing manager. I got a special starting tomorrow for the whole month of November. Instead of $150 for the mega class, it's only $100, but that don't come with the marketing free coach for a year. You know what I mean? So if you want to take the class for $100, I can give you all the information you want to know for a 2-hour class. I will give you all the secrets. I will give you all the information to help you market yourself. But if you want me to be your marketing coach, every session is going to cost $25. The free is over with. I've been pushing this promotion for a year, and I got over 52 clients off of it. So, and out of the 52 clients, it's only 5 people actually.
What's some call it that?
Yeah, 5 people is only consistent on using that free out of the 50 something. Yeah. And,
that number. That's the math. Not mathing in.
It doesn't math. I think at the end of the day, like where do you want to take your brand?
Yeah.
Where do you want to take your brand? Let's leave with that question. Where is it that you want to take your brand? And if you want to take it above and beyond where it is right now, you need to get yourself into marketing. Yeah. Even if you can't afford it right now, join the morning show every morning. The Joker is going to have his marketing minute where he talks about marketing and give you, as Lamar explained it, the Joker's free $99 every single day. So you have to really think about where it is that you're going to go. Don said, but remember, if you're publishing it, you will double your payback. Learn the system.
It's facts. You go right to the main thing that's on the headline. This fits right in what we're talking about. Local versus the world. Do you want to be local with your podcast, Layla, or you want to be worldwide?
Listen, when I talk to my podcast every Friday, I'm talking to America. I'm not just talking to locally. I'm not talking to Buffalo. Or I know at the at 716 Live we have a different, like, I guess, Albany, other places. I'm talking to everybody. I want everybody to listen because I got something to say, and it's be real. So I think America want to hear it.
Let me ask you another question. Is you reaching the world, or you just everybody in Buffalo just listen?
Now, honestly, I hope I'm reaching the world, but I feel like I got a long ways to go. But I think I got more Buffalo's attention, maybe I should say.
Yeah.
The goal is to reach the mass.
I'm trying to reach past the mass. I'm trying to become the mass. Okay.
Ooh, I love that.
I don't know. I before we had this conversation, I was picking the world. Like, oh yeah, I want to see everybody to see the Sketch Project. Now I don't know. The machine is scaring me. I just need enough to pay my bills.
Yeah.
I don't need to be rich. Don't come kill me, Illuminati, or none of that stuff. Yeah. I am straight with just being okay because I value my life.
You're right. Doesn't it get scary when you think, like mentally, it is so scary when you think about what you are embarking on because you are building your brand. I know for me, for me, it has been mentally scary because I'm building my brand, but I also want to gather all the experience from building my brand and what that looks like. So, like, from a mental health standpoint, just to go back to that, it's kind of scary for me because I've never been in this lane before. Like building out Green Tide Media is scary because I've never been here. And like Big Lay said, I want to go global with this thing. Okay. I don't want it just to be in the 716, although I love the 716. But I want it to go global. So like I want to talk to Don for a second. If you're still on, how did you mentally deal with going from, because I saw Don as he was building out the radio station and the app. How did you mentally go from building that at the same time managing Equation? At the same time, he was building the Evening Rush Entertainment, building out the app, at the same time building up the radio station. So mentally, how did you deal with all of that, Don, if you're still on?
Yeah, and my question to Layla, even Amar, because I know he about to start his movement going on. Do you know how to reach the world?
You know, I was like, you know, me and you have talked Joker, so I got little instances and keys on, you know, I can't say, do I have an exact blueprint on how to reach the entire world? No, but I do know a couple things and a couple things that I can do that will help me reach a lot of people. Yeah. Now, whether that stretches across the world or maybe just the United States or maybe just Western New York, that remains to be seen. But I know a couple keys to reach more people than without doing those things.
Yeah, right.
I like that. Yeah, I could bounce off what you said because like I got a few like keys. I got a few like little things on my sleeve that I think can get me to outreach. And like networking, you know, gets me there with a lot of out of state type of thing. But I also hope to gain it because that is the goal. But I deal with mental health, like Vet was saying. So the anxiety of being in a different lane, because this is my first time being in this lane. So to push that forward, I have to take my mental health and accountability because I can't. If I want to be seen the world, obviously, I had to learn the tough skin of the industry. So I feel like sometimes I think I do have the keys to the globe, but just me, I think I just self-doubt definitely just makes me a little scared and timid that
Which one of those keys?
Huh?
Which one of those keys? I want to know one of those keys. I'm picking your brain now. I'm finna give you this free 99. I'm trying to working towards that. I'm gonna give you that free 99. And when I tell you this, anybody that's tuned in, there's only 2 people tuned in that I see. Everybody that has a podcast, radio, or that you need to tag them right now because they need this free 99, especially my people that's on 716 Live if they want to reach the masses of the people. You know what I mean? Because right now we worldwide right now. We worldwide right now on the Even Rush Network. We on what Dawn? We 27 countries. The Even Rush Network on the Even Rush Network. I know
we on Spotify too. So if you say we on Spotify, between that and the app, it's the whole world. That's it. That's all you need. Spotify, like one of the things.
Okay.
Yeah, we in the Even Rush Network. We with the Even Rush Network on the morning show on the Even. Y'all can tune into that too. It's in the description. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube and all that, and the website is right there too. But yeah, we in like 27 countries. Last time I heard. I mean, it might be at 30 or 40 by now, but the last time I got the report was 27 countries. But we worldwide. But to get to you later, because I'm saying it because let me tell you this. Me and Vet Green talk about this off camera a lot. That your podcast is really one of the hottest, most main potential podcasts on 716 Live right now. My opinion.
Yeah, I love laying low, both of you. I see so much. We do talk about you both a lot because we see so much potential in what it is that you're doing. Like your energy is just so it plays over so well. I was watching Friday. And I'm like, just look her. Yes, of course. I checks in, Hunty. I may not be able to get in live, but I checks in. Yes, I checks in with the queens and what y'all doing. And I love how your energy, even after everything that you've just gone through, I was so happy to just see you pushing yourself on there and just being you. You know, like that means so much.
and you are going to be, because listen, I got your back,
Yeah,
okay? I got
yeah,
your back. Me
yeah.
and Joker got your
Listen,
back.
okay.
That's why I'm giving her this free 99. And I, you know, what I'm saying everybody that just have a podcast need to watch this if they want to hit the world.
They need
'Cause
to
I'm
tap
finna-
in.
I'm
That's
finna
what
spill
they
the
need to
beans.
do. Tap in. They miss out.
Yeah, I would spill the beans. Put followers in there too, and then tag somebody to that. Because I'm finna give her free 99 because I want to see this sister here go to the next level because I love their podcast.
Yes.
And need to get tighten some screws up and polish some things up. We could talk offline on that part.
Okay.
But to hit the world, the number one key is I'm gonna ask one question before I give you to spill the beans. Do you have a group page that represent your podcast?
Yes. I used my old one I had, I just revamped it. So yes.
Okay. Is your podcast is on Instagram?
No, I'm in the process of making it because I had my own Instagram and I didn't want to use mix personal with business. So I'm in the process of creating a new one.
Smart. Well, get those
Very
two things.
smart.
Get those two things, and you already got one. Get the other one, and now I'm finna spill the beans. The key is really easy. It's really easy. It's easy, but it's not easy. But you have a group page. You have a business group page that doesn't let you do ads.
Yes.
Do you see a button say boost this?
Yes.
That's how you reach the world.
Wow. I ain't gonna lie, I always seen it, but I never like dug into the details of what is boost.
At least once a week, especially like a Wednesday, Thursday. I was joking
That's
about
the
Friday.
marketing button.
Grab some
Now-
of your clips,
Yes,
and
my
we
God.
can add Layla also, just because I love y'all and what you're doing. So
Yeah.
that way it'll
Yeah.
be easier to make the clip. So we'll give you a system that you can use also when you go to help you go live on your different platforms.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. We definitely have the sources and all that. We have a media company. We got the Even Rush Networks, a media company that's real strong. It's hitting the world. Shout out to 716 Live. Y'all got the whole Western New York locked down, and I see the vision of what Jay doing, and that's his vision, what he want to do. But we have people that's on his platform like yourself that want to hit the world. But you can still do that being with 716 Live. It's a way you can do it for your own media movement to really get your podcast going to another direction to hit a whole lot more people.
Right.
And when you use that, you push that boost button. Okay, it's a place called Interest, or now they got it. Now they changed the name because I just did an ad. I did an ad a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and now it says Interest/Audience Engagement System. They really Meta just went extra.
Meta trying to get everything right.
Yeah, because we connected to AI now, so it's an AI intelligence system to it now.
I'm over it.
So I'm like, when he said all that, I'm like, okay, all right, Meta, you're doing too much. Come on now. I love y'all, but no, let's stick with, keep it simple to get the people to have an understanding of what they're doing here. If you want to get that money, you understand? But yeah, that place called Interest or Audience. What type of podcast? Can you explain to me what type of podcast are you? Because I know you have a lot of subjects, but what's your main ingredients of your podcast?
I feel like what sets my podcast from a lot of others, I do more so self. So I do my daily affirmations. So I'm more of a pushing motivation. So I feel like I'm a motivational, more to say, because I do my daily affirmations, my quotes of the days, just giving a little rules to life, as I like to call them. And then I go in with some tea. So more so though I advertise though the beginning of my shows.
You more like your show is more like a Kelly Clarkson show, but the black version.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, no doubt. You know why I said that, right?
A little bit, but you can
that's a key word that you can use in your interest. Kelly Clarkson. That's a key word you can put in your interest to get that crowd. So now you can get all like Carson's fans to watch your show.
Oh wow, I like that.
Do an ad.
I like that. Yeah, because I was gonna say I definitely I'm getting that class. I'm coming to.
That's one of the main key words. That's why I set you up for that, because give you some ideas. But that's how you reach the world.
Okay.
Believe me, then you're going to get more people. Once you get consistent with that, you'll get more people listen to your show than Buffalo.
Okay, yeah, that's the goal. Like, I love my city, I do.
I do too.
But
I do too.
that's not my target audience. It's not.
That's facts. That's facts.
I
Because
need
if
to-
it was your target audience, you know what I'm saying, you be selling out merch.
Yes, I think that's where I'm
Yeah,
trying.
you
That's
would.
where I'm
You would.
working to. I just gotta get there. I gotta, but I also feel like me personally, I'm my biggest critic. So I just feel like I want to tighten my show up at the same time. So that's when I'm in the process of, tweaking a few things, making sure everything. So when I do be able to target my audience, I don't have that room for error in that part of what I'm trying to say.
Dope. Because I love what you talk about. I love you definitely support the pride movement for the LGBTQ. I love that. I love that you do everything from spiritual movements to things that's going on in the city. And I think people that's around the world, since Buffalo is on a different market now because of Griselda, everybody want to listen to what's going on in the city.
Mhm.
Especially when Westside Gun was on the Breakfast Club. Was it Breakfast Club?
Yeah, I think
Or I think he's gonna be on the Breakfast Club this week. Westside Gun. I think today or tomorrow he's gonna be on there. But I know he was on the Matt Halver's interview, and he was talking about how since everything he does, he put Buffalo involved, and now Buffalo is the forefront of hip hop now, and now people is watching. So when you have people that's doing things in the city, but stuck on the professional side of it, it really gets people to be like, do we really want to go that, support the movement? Do we really want to, or are we going to go a different type of perspective?
Right.
But then when they see my show or they see somebody else's show that's on a different level, like DJ Band in the Block has his own thing on YouTube, that gives them a different perspective in a different lane of what you're doing.
Right.
That's what I love to see for you and Lola's podcast. You know what I mean? I want to see that hit that different perspective in that different lane to where you can be like, let me tell you something. We on 716 Live, but we are also in our own lane. You can actually say that.
Yeah.
And you can say that with pride, with love, and all that. And you can make somebody mad when you say that, especially a hater.
Hello. Them haters be hating, but it's okay because my mom always told me, if you ain't got some haters, you ain't doing nothing right. So.
And that's a good punchline for him. I'm in my own lane, hater.
Hello, I am definitely in my own lane. And that's the main thing I'm learning, because like in this industry, it's a lot of things that happens behind the scenes and a lot of things, but you gotta understand all the industry, wherever you go, you're going to run into some issues or common denominators. I feel like me, I would love 716 Live. I would never be. I'm always 716 Live fan, but I also want to have my own. I want my brand to stand on its own.
Right,
if that makes sense.
Because once you learn how to market yourself, you're gonna outgrow that so fast. I hate to say it. I love 716 Live. You outgrow it. You outgrow it real fast, and you be like, okay, I think I need to do this route here. And then you might be like, let me go ahead and start my own thing.
Yeah.
Because, then you want to help other podcasters and you want to help other people. And it's a growing process. And it's opportunity for more money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As far as advertising. You know what I mean? People might want to advertise something. Somebody might want to promote their business. Somebody might want to, have their own podcast. And some people might want to be on your platform. You know what I mean? And then you can put now you can do you. Now you can change up. Like, listen, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. I'm gonna do this, and I can make money off this, and this, and this and that. And then it can be a full-fledged business. Before you know it, it's working for you. And before you know it, you're making money in your sleep without even realizing it, because you've been so consistent and you've been driven to do this by knowing these tips that I'm giving you, and you're seeing what we're doing here on the morning show. So that's motivation.
Definitely
so it's like, and then you're going to meet the E-Rush Network. You can see how they work. You're going to follow that movement. Then you're like, okay, that's big. You know what I mean? Then you're going to support that movement. Then you're going to see my man DJ Nick, who I had a good conversation last night. He has his radio movement with his podcast.
Okay.
It's like being in this community, this media community, it's a lot to learn off one another. It's so much support in this community. This is one of the most supporting communities I've been in since the boom bap community on the internet than any other platform on the internet of any other lane.
Wow.
I hate to say that because I've been on a lot of lanes, but yeah, this community is very heavy. You would never understand the community unless you start marketing yourself. Because if you stay where you at and keep pushing in Buffalo and everything, you're gonna get caught up. It's gonna get boring.
Mhm.
Then you're gonna wonder why what you're doing wrong, but you're not doing nothing wrong because you have this. This is you. This is what you do. This is, and it's off the chain. It's like, and I'm loving it, and everything that y'all got going on. Like I said, y'all just need some coaching
Mhm.
on certain things in the podcast.
Exactly.
That help you guys out also, which is no problem. We could talk offline on that one. But
Mhm.
but yeah, once you tighten up and polish certain things up, you're gonna look like your show gonna look like the Oprah Winfrey show.
Listen.
Your joint gonna look like Jennifer Hudson show.
We're trying to get there. We're trying to get there, okay?
Yeah, it's gonna look like that. You know what I mean? Same thing with artists. Same movement when they need to market themselves. It's a button called boost, and that boost, you have to know your audience. You got to know exactly every song that an artist do. It represents a certain audience. See, that's where artists mess up at, because they might have a trap song, and it might do well. Then they want to transition to drill, and it might not do well.
Right.
And they like, wow, this song got this many people because you changed the genre sound. It might be still hip hop and rap, but you changed the genre sound. And that certain audience that's in that trap sound ain't really feeling that.
Right.
A lot of them not feeling that drill sound. They might like the lyrics in it.
Right.
They might like the hook. They might like the video, but the sound, they might not, And then that's gonna cut short. So now you'd hit 1 million people on the trap music, but now you're only getting 20K of that. Now you just lost money.
Definitely. Okay.
So I tell artists to stick with the same sound. If it works for you, why if it's broke, don't fix it.
Okay, yeah. That's exactly I like that.
Yeah.
Ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep building on it.
Mm-hmm.
I did this trap song. Let me go ahead and, you know what I mean? I did this trap song about my life. Let me do a trap song about some love. Let me do a trap song about, mental health. Let me do a trap song about, keep building on that same sound. Keep building on it.
Growing the audience.
Right. And once you reach 1,000, all you need is 1,000 super fans. See, that's a whole nother show. Fans versus super fans. 1,000 super fans. You get 1,000 super fans, you good. That's enough to take care of your rent, buy your car, put your kids through college, make money in your sleep. All you need is 1,000. And those 1,000 super fans will always buy your music, buy your merch, buy your hard copies, buy your tickets in every show you go to. You can be doing a show in Texas and they live in New York. They're gonna take that trip to Texas just to see you perform.
Yeah.
And pay for the VIP to chill with you in VIP and take pictures and sign the album covers and the t-shirts and the merch and all that. That's what's going on with Griselda right now.
Yeah.
And when I seen that with Griselda, when they did that concert when Griselda brung the Lox to Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I went to that concert. That was my first Griselda concert I've ever been to. And I'm in line. Me and CG is in line. Shout out to my man CG, producer of Westside Gun New Album. Shout out to CG. And he was in line. It was a dude in front of us from China, the dude behind us from Brazil. And I'm like, y'all live here? They said, no, we drove a plane from our country to here just to see Griselda. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I need to be on that type of time. I need.
I'm like, that's crazy. It's crazy, but it's a blessing.
It's I would say it's definitely crazy and wild, but it's definitely a blessing because
But I'm sitting there like, they came all the way to Buffalo to see Griselda, where our people in our hometown wouldn't even pay for even a ticket or buy a T-shirt from these guys. And these people here, they got the albums in their hand to get signed. Dude had merch that he got online 2 years ago
and brought it
to get Westside Gun to sign it.
Now that's a super fan, and that's amazing. Like,
yeah,
but it's, I'm not gonna say it's kind of sad because you see the reflection of your own city, how your own city won't support, where you done your stumping grounds. This is your stumping grounds. It's where you made yourself at. And
Yeah.
you got everybody else coming, but you don't see it just sucks. I feel like that's the damper that I feel like will come. Like, you know, hopefully, you know, when I do reach that stage, I think that would be the most sad I think that I would have to face is that the local won't support as much.
Me seeing Westside Gunn and talking with him and seeing him on his interviews, and he said that he been, you know, people overseas been supporting Griselda since day one. He left Buffalo to even get put on. Like he traveled from, he moved to Atlanta. And that is the formula of how to really make it. I moved out of Buffalo 5 years ago.
Over?
And I've been successful ever since.
Real? I ain't gonna lie, Doug. I thought you was in Speed. In the low.
Well, I left. The first time I left Buffalo was really like maybe like 17 years ago when I moved to South Carolina, and I was in South Carolina and Atlanta back and forth for 13 years.
Okay.
And then after the 13 years, you know, your brother was still a knucklehead. Got incarcerated, got locked up. You know, did a little time, came home, and that's when I moved back to Buffalo. Moved back to Buffalo around 2011, 2012.
Okay.
And I was in Buffalo, and then when I first moved back to Buffalo, the first thing I checked out was what's popping in Buffalo as far as the hip hop scene. Nothing was going on.
Nothing.
It's 2012, around there, nothing was going on in the hip hop circuit in Buffalo. So, you know, and I tapped in with my old colleagues, my old peers in hip hop. And I was figuring out how can I tap back in. So I said, well, let me do this here. Let me tap into the college market. See, my sister and her ex-husband own a house on Hurdle. So I rented an apartment on the third floor from them. And I was already in the college movement in Hurdle. So I'm like, let me go ahead and tap into the college movement, see what's going on. So I was studying the market in the physical form.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I was still taking marketing classes at that time. I wasn't done taking my classes yet.
Okay.
So I was still learning. So these are the tips that they were telling me to, tap into certain things in the physical to where you can tap into the digital. So what I did was I went to the local bars up the street, and they had college night on Thursday. Geckos, Sidelines, all that down Hurdle, all them little bars, and even on Broadway, even on not Broadway, but even on Main Street by UB.
Mm-hmm.
So I was around them areas a lot, just seeing what's going on, checking out the DJs, seeing what the crowd like. I ain't seen no flyers. I ain't seen nobody up in there networking. So I'm like, Buffalo dry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, for real? So, saying all that, a couple years later, I met with my boy Kulu. Shout out to my man Kulu. He was an MC rapper. He'd been doing this thing with Teflon back in the day and all that. And he was coming out with a mixtape and an album, and he was looking for a manager. And we, so happened we had the same barber in the barbershop. Barbershop talk, Atlanta, the barbershop. So one of the barbers said, "Yo, get with Joker, man. He a manager. He used to manage this and that and third. I have a history of managing people in the industry and all that. And yeah, he's back home in Buffalo." He was like, "Word." So we chopped it up a couple of times in the barbershop, but he never knew that I was in the industry. We never talked that far. We talked about music, but we didn't talk that deep enough to me to bring out that, I'm a music manager and I'm also in the process of, getting into the marketing movement.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked. He was like, "Man, why you ain't tell me, man? That's crazy, man. I've been talking to you for all this time and you didn't." What? I said, "Yeah, man. I did this in the third. What you trying to do?" So we had a couple meetings and he brung everything down on paper what he wanted to do. He let me know all the things he's doing. He had a nice movement already. I'm like, "You got a nice movement already, but what's going on in the marketplace of Buffalo?" He said, "Man, I don't know." So then all of a sudden I seen a couple flyers of college kids doing some things at Milky's. So I went to the function. I went to the jump. I paid to get in. It was $10 at the door. I paid. Went at the bar, checking out what's going on. And that's when I met, DJ Ruckus, rest in peace. And they had Rubbin Radio, hip hop radio station. I started following that radio station, and it was really hip hop. I was like, "What? This is definitely a needle in a haystack in Buffalo. Like, what's going on? Like, for real?" And I was loving the station. And CG was always listening to it. CG always gave shout out to CG. That's how I got to meet him. So I could see the hip hop growing. Then that's when I was hearing a lot of Conway music and West Side music. Then before they even got signed, and then a year later they got signed to Shady Records. And at that time, that was the same year that I broke the ice. I'm gonna say that me and Kulu broke the ice of the market of hip hop in Buffalo in 2017. I don't care what nobody say. We broke the ice all over again because we started doing shows. We did 28 shows. Spring all the way and going into the fall. We did a lot of shows.
Oh, y'all was booked and busy.
Yeah, we was busy. We was getting in that grind. So then I see everybody following suit. You know what I mean? And that's what I wanted. You know, I know in the beginning, Cool was like, you know, they biting off us, and I said, no, this is what we wanted. I wanted to break the ice, to give an opportunity for upcoming artists to be heard. Then when Griselda got signed to Shady, you know, with a label deal, that's another ice on the cake. That's extra. So I'm like, okay. I said, this is happening so fast within that time period. You know what I mean? Then people was knocking that down. You know, they ain't gonna make it with that sound of music, this and that and the third. And I'm like, here we go. The Buffalo mentality that we deal with.
Yeah, I don't like it. Buffalo needs to get better.
Okay. Well, you know what I'm saying? The years go by, and everybody in the barbershop we was saying, like, we hope they do that, I said, listen, don't hope nothing. They're in the arms of Shady Records. Do you know what Emden did with his career? You don't think that it's gonna trickle down to them, even though M don't have to market them. Just having Shady Records next to Griselda logo makes a big difference.
Exactly.
Let Westside Gun deal with that. He owns Griselda. He's learning his marketplace. He knows his marketplace. That's why he's a millionaire now. You know what I'm saying? You can Google him now. He's worth 10 million. So it's like, you know, he came from being worth 750,000 back then to now because he knows his marketplace. He don't have the machine behind him, but he learned how to be the machine. With the machine next to him, different thing. He got the machine next to him. He's not in the machine, but he got the machine next to him, and he's building his own machine.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So for me to say all that and the things that's going on now, for me leaving Buffalo, and people see me how I move, I'm not saying I'm rich. I'm rich in knowledge. I'm rich on how to make money in your sleep, because I do make money in my sleep. I haven't worked a job. I haven't worked punting the job in over 2 years. Been working for myself for 2 years and doing well. These lights here still shining in my face by working for myself. And present free stuff to people to see them elevate.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't mind helping you and then you breaking the bag with me to be part of the class, and then I'm coach you through things, and then all of a sudden you make $100K to $500,000 in your career. I'm cool with that. My first client was Kayla Bishop.
Wow.
Look where she at.
The godmother. Shout out to her.
She was my first client. When she first came to me, she came to me humbly and said, listen, Joker, I just came home. I'm back on my music thing. I've been listening to you. Back then, I was giving marketing tips then, before I even graduated from my marketing, for being in the digital classes and all that. And she the first one that broke bread with me. And I've been marketing coaching her since then.
Wow.
Now she has a deal with Empire, and she's part of the Empire family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now she's doing what I'm doing. And then people's not even listening to what she got going on because they want to hate on her because she getting a bag.
Ain't nothing they could do. So when they can't do nothing, that's what they gotta do. They gotta start throwing dirt.
Working for herself. Okay, she got an advanced paper, but she's using that advanced paper to make more paper.
Okay. Most people
That's
get the advances lower.
And she given the opportunity to put other artists on, and she's still doing other things by being a promoter.
Yes.
You know, building her marketing class up because she learned through the industry and also learned things from me. Now we back together doing our own marketing class that we doing on the 3rd of February. It's gonna be in Buffalo. Tickets on sale for $50.
Yeah,
Let me
definitely
throw
will be
something in.
promoting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I got that right there. I'm gonna put that overlay over real quick so y'all can see that. So make sure y'all please go get your tickets because she definitely got connecting the industry and I got connecting the industry. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? With Thatcher, we got that
Oh,
joint right
yeah.
there. Get your tickets right there. Artist
Yep.
development class right there. It's gonna be on February the 3rd. We always got tickets sold. I don't know how many people got sold, but I know she hit me up last week before she went to LA. And then she was like, yeah, people bought some tickets already. Joker, don't worry about it. We got you. We good.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we getting the venue together and all that. But yeah, I'm coming down. Start your year off right. February 3rd.
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
what better way to go into a new year with some to motivate to not only motivate yourself to do great and better yourself, but to get some knowledge that not only do some people like myself won't even have access to if we did not reach out. So this I think is very great for not only for myself. I ain't an artist, but I need
Yeah.
some development.
Yeah. There's artist development, but it's also just development here. It's also for people like broadcast businesses and all that, too. So this just the main thing. Because I know a lot of artists is lacking the development part of it. They got good talent, good music, man. Buffalo artists is amazing. Whole upstate got good music, amazing artists. I think we got better artists in the upstate than anybody in the industry, hands down. You know what I mean? There's somebody better than J. Cole out here.
Not J. Cole.
Yeah, they got some people out here better than Wayne. They got people out here better than Nicki Minaj. They got artists out here. Matter of fact, with the female MCs right now, that will wipe that out the water.
I ain't gonna lie, they jive and stepping up, taking over. So I'll give them their props because the men out here been doing their big one too, but they've been doing their big one. So to see the females actually get out there,
female MCs all around, not just Buffalo, but all around is killing it. But right now, I do see more females in the upstate killing it more than anybody in our country right now. Period. You know what I'm saying? Hands down. I don't think, not because I'm from here, from the upstate. You know what I'm saying? But I see my queens is definitely working and they making it happen. They got something to prove.
Yes.
And they is putting in that work.
I love it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm seeing it. So yeah. So these are the things that I bring to the table on the platform, on the morning show, and all that. But I definitely see what you got going on. I stay tuned in. I might not say much. I tune in. I like to tune in. Not sometimes I don't say. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I can't help myself because I love y'all. But I try to dip in sometimes, and most of the time I'll be busy. I try to dip in and check out the show a little bit, and I'll be busy doing something else. I might have a meeting that day, a Zoom meeting with my mentors or something. I try to dip in. I leave out the Zoom for a minute just to check out what's going on over here and check out. I stay in tune. I dip in and out. You know what I mean? I'm double dutching that thing.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, but I love what y'all got going on, and I love to help as much as I can, and and it'd be a blessing. I am Lola's marketing coach, so she paid for the class. She did the whole class.
Wow.
5 months ago.
Wow. Okay.
And I've been coaching her on what she managed 14 Mafia. I also coached 14 Mafia too. When I had them on my show for when they was nominated for the awards in Atlanta, and also for the 716 Music Awards, they was on my platform, and then they also sat down with me for an hour. It's 14 Mafia, and I'm teaching them how to market themselves as a group. And they doing amazing.
They is Big 14.
Yeah,
Big
Big 14.
Lola does her big one. Never stop. Always busy. So
busy.
But I love it.
Queen's working. The queen is on the throne. Yes.
Okay.
Doing what it do. So yeah. So these are the things I bring to the table because marketing is the key.
Yeah.
Marketing is the key. And let me go ahead and put this new marketing thing I got going on in the ticker at the bottom of the screen starting November 1st. 101 marketing for $100 that do not come with the free marketing coach for the year, but I will coach you for 2 hours on everything you need to know, from how your social media page supposed to look, how your Facebook page supposed to look, how to use proper content on your TikTok, how to use proper content on your Reels, how your website should look. You know what I mean? Everything should have a corporate vibe to it, even though you're independent. Everything gonna have a self-made movement on top of the corporate look at the same time. And I would train you how to do that. I would train you how to find your audience, and I would train you how you can make money in sleep. And if you be consistent with this for a year, I'm not gonna guarantee you how much money you're gonna make, but I am gonna guarantee I will put you in a place you've never been before, and that's a fact. I will guarantee you that I will. Matter of fact, less than that, because if you take the class and you consistent for at least your first 6 weeks, you're going to be at a bigger place that you never been before. Then you're going to come back to me like, "Yo, coach, what's next?" And when you say that, that means you ain't never been there before.
Like, what's next?
Yeah, when you say that, you never been in that level before. So, and that's what I do. You know what I mean? No doubt. Any questions? Any questions on this? This is a long segment. This is a long segment. We're gonna have Lamar 4-star be back in a minute. But you have any questions or any comments or anything that you want to add? You know what I'm saying?
I think you really kind of like gave me the knowledge that I was looking for when I joined. So I was trying to look at that free 99 because I've been needing like to help myself, like motivation and like just get my podcast and show in line with where I want it to be so I can grow. But I'm definitely gonna probably, my question I gotta ask probably gonna be for offside the camera.
Okay.
I'm down with the criticism, so I would say, maybe what is like a con? Like what's something that you think maybe could be tweaked for later?
I could definitely say something. One thing, now this is made for everybody.
Yes.
If you want to reach the world and what you're doing, and you want to keep that crowd going, tweak out how you talk. You know what I mean? You see on our platform, we don't say too many cuss words.
Right.
We try to keep it PG. Certain situation we might put PG-13, depends what it is, what subject we talking about, but we try to keep it to where it's made for everybody to listen. This is a morning show, so our goal in this morning show is to reach all the college students getting up for school, people getting ready for work, and also the high school kids get something to watch on their platform in the morning, because we're gonna be doing a lot of things for like the teens and all that too. So this is the new improved morning show for people like us. People that look like us, people that sound like us, and people that go through what we go through. You know what I'm saying? So that's why this is what we do. So with you, you an evening show, so you can still put your gangster in there, but you could tone it down a little bit.
That's what I see. That's funny thing. See, I'm my own critic. I'm my own biggest critic. So when I like asking those questions, because then it's like, maybe am I right, am I wrong? But then I'd be like, okay, you know what? You're right. Okay.
And plus, another thing too, y'all queens. You know what I mean? Y'all queens, and I can see my vision. I don't even know what your vision is, but I see the vision on my end. I can see y'all show like a Kelly Clarkson or Jennifer Hudson. Change the dress code when y'all dress.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Look corporate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because y'all talk about a lot of things that on your show that fits that in the evening show, and then y'all bring artists on there, trying to bring artists in there that bring clean music and have a brand. Well, artists that understand their brand.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because if you get artists that understand their brand, they know how to do an interview.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And if they don't really know their brand, of course they'll come in. So what's going on? My man, my new over in the hood. Who's good? Yeah, of course they're gonna do that because they don't understand their brand. Because they're trying to reach their masses of where they come from, and they don't understand that the world is watching.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you might have to pre-coach some people you bring on your show. Like, listen, this is a so-and-so type of show. Tone down on the swearing. We do this and the third. And then you should ask them questions like, would you see yourself in 5 years? little small interview outside the camera, so you have an idea
Oh,
of where they at, where their mindset is. So
okay.
when you can change that mindset very quick when the cameras start rolling for the
Yes.
actual podcast.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
You know what I mean?
definitely taking heed of
People
everything
just
you said.
yeah, some people just don't know. You know, I've learned this through a lot of podcasts. Like people want to be a drink champs. Everybody want to be the $1,000 million worth of game. But see, even they toned it down a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, $1 million worth of game. When they first came out, it was ratchet. I ain't gonna hold you. Gilly was ratchet.
Too ratchet.
You know, but then when they got to episode, probably like episode 50, 52, I could see the transition when they start getting those sponsors. You know what I mean? And I can see them changing up again and being involved. Now they're part of the machine now. So now they really had to change
Mm-hmm.
certain ways to do things. They still got their personality there. It's still there.
Right.
But they know how to tone it down to where you can still get that personality and still be good at the end of the day, and it still hits you the same way they did it the other way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So shout out to
Yeah.
Waldo and Gilly. They're my brothers. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. Let me use the skit on my album. You know what I mean? Shout out to them without paying no money, because that's what's up. You
I
know what I'm
love
saying?
it.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much that I see. That you
Okay.
can just tighten up a little bit, polish. I call that polishing.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
polish
Okay. I
it up
like
a little
that.
bit. And, you know what I mean? Still be you, but you can still polish up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to lose you, because I
Right.
love your energy. I love the energy that you bring. I love the subject titles y'all bring. And look for something also for your podcast that keep people watching, like music in the background. Like we got music
I
playing in
was
the
trying.
background now.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to like you say, polish. I've been trying to improve it. Like 'cause, I'm first. My first time getting with got the set, so you got to deal with that. But I've been trying to learn. Like, okay, I feel like a theme song. Like, I'm in the process of like getting my own little theme song going on, because I want to do that. Inspired by the morning show, as well
Yes.
as the Vibe High show on Someone Says Live. She had her own theme song for the Vibe High, and I was like,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
want me one. Like,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
set the tone. So, like, yeah, definitely think I'm definitely gonna be working. That's something I was working on already. So it's like,
Yeah. You know what I did though? When I first started my podcast, I always wanted to network. I always wanted to cross network with an artist. Even if they don't do a song for them, some songs just fit my podcast. Like I have, like, now we have the morning show. Now I'm gonna have a morning show edition for the 716 Music Awards now, because I always do something to support that movement. And I had to pop push up with the Joker, and I had a perfect theme song from another artist, Trey Seb, which, you know what I'm saying? You was the
Yeah.
best of our city. So you know what I'm saying? So that fit perfect. So that was my theme music for that, and it still is my theme music every year. 716 Music, that's gonna be my theme music.
Okay.
The Buffalo theme music we have now for the Buffalo Against the World, it fits perfect to be the theme song for us, because number one, we from Buffalo. Number two is we Bills fans. Number three, it's football season. So, you know what I'm
I
saying?
like
and
that.
and that's gonna be our theme music after the football season's over with, because we are from Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. And
It
we
just-
are the home of Bills. You feel me? Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it fits for us. And so I like to cross network with a different brand, because this is the idea I'm bringing to you. Like, you might find another artist that's from California that you like. You're like, yo, I'm gonna get that song and be my theme music for this, that, and the third. All you doing is helping that artist out. That's free marketing for that artist, free promotion for that artist. You know what I'm saying? Being played. Same thing I did with my man, my boy Khalito Black. It was my theme song for my Underground Lounge podcast with the Even Worse Network. You know what I mean? He a hip hop head. It fit perfect. It was my bap podcast is a boom bap podcast. He's a boom bap artist, and he's talking about where hip hop come from in the song. So that ended up being and I market his music, and I put him as the theme music, and I promote him. You know what I'm saying, and push his brand with the podcast.
Right.
This is what the podcast is all about: is networking with the community of the people that's actually in the same lane as you. Because podcast is in the media, but I think podcast is more leaning towards the entertainment industry too more.
Exactly.
Especially us as a people, because the culture is changing. and I think that's real big for people like me and you that's doing podcasts. I'm on so many platforms, but I have a different type of energy for each different podcast that I'm on. I have a different type of energy, and I change up, and that's hard to do. A lot of people come to me and tell me that's a talent. I appreciate that, but
Right.
it's hard to transition. I got to remember what platform I'm on. You know what I mean? And all that. So yeah, for me to say all that being said, yeah, that's all I can see that what I'm saying there's more things that we can talk about too, like you said. Often.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Then we gonna have to. I'm gonna just hit up that class. I'm gonna just do that. So I need my marketing skills.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely no matter if it's the class with me or even the class with we got going on with Caleb Bishop. I'm finna bring something to the table for that class. I've been doing my prep work for that, and slowly, you know what I mean. But I know that's gonna be real big. And if anybody that buy tickets to that event on February 3rd, please bring your laptop or your tablet that you use for your content, so we could be hands-on of how you can do certain things. And I'm gonna have a projector there, things on the screen too, but bring your own laptop because I want to see and actually show you what you can do and how to market yourself, because a lot of people don't know.
Right.
People that had IG for long, and they've been posting, and they wonder why they don't do this and how they ain't get these numbers. It ain't because you're not working. It's just you don't know.
Right.
You just don't know. 'Cause
I didn't know about that boost button either.
Yeah,
and I look at it all the time.
Click that boost button right there. It'll take you right to it. It breaks everything down on what cities you want to hit, what counties you want to hit. You know what I mean? I'll tell you the secrets about that too, but I'll let you make those mistakes first.
No, don't you know? I don't need no mistakes. Not at all.
Because I learned through I learned through all my mistakes doing marketing. Talk to my mentors and like, yo, why I did this and that and then see you did this, that, and the third, but it was stopping this, that because you did this. You don't do that because of this, that, and the third. And I'm learning throughout my walk. I have 9 mentors. You know what I mean? I have 9 mentors, and 6 of them are in the industry as we speak. They work in the industry, so they keep me tight on in different perspectives of what I'm doing. So if I ever reach that level, I'm already ready. You know what I mean? So that's good to have those type of mentors. And then I just I just have that knowledge passed on to my clients. You know what I mean? That I coach and stuff. And I'm saying same thing with Caleb Bishop. Now she's in the industry, so now she's getting more mentors now too. So I'll put my mentors together with her mentors, and we have a conversation. It's a whole different conversation since the first conversation I had with Caleb Bishop. So she's on a whole nother level right now. Like she's actually like people don't know what level she's in right now. Yeah, If I could really break down what level she in, people in Buffalo wouldn't even believe it. They wouldn't believe it.
The bracket is nowhere.
They'll think I'm capping. Yeah, if I really say something right now where she's really at right now, the whole city of Buffalo think I'm capping. So I keep that to myself. So you know what I'm saying? But the main thing is take the class and then you will see what we talk about. And if you don't take the class, guess what? You're gonna be where you at. It is what it is. No sugarcoating that right there. You know what I mean? No doubt we are within the half hour. We're gonna take a break and we'll be right back.
Okay.
We got commercials on this show. we got to pay bills on this show. We got sponsors and all that good stuff on the show. Shout out to all the people that's been tuning in. All our sponsors. One of our sponsors is from Japan. You know what I'm saying? Watson's makeup and everything, and they doing their thing. And matter of fact, she tuned in earlier today. She didn't say much, but she tuned in today. Shout out to the Watson team out there in Japan, and bringing people to our page, to our new page, which is on our description, which is the morning show podcast group page on Facebook. We got a couple of Japan people tuned in. I see y'all. And I know Japan probably they did late night right now. I think they like 8:00 at PM over there in Japan right now. So yeah, but this is right here is one of our commercials sponsors, and check it out. We will be right back after this. Let me turn this off right here so we can get right in to do what we do right here on the morning show. Yeah, no doubt we back in full effect. Yes, that was the Watsons. Shout out to them. Uh showing mad love. Putting us out there overseas in Japan. The morning show. Like I said, the morning show out there is the late night show. It's like 8, 9 o'clock over there in Japan. So why we doing what it do, but we definitely appreciate everybody that's tuned in on the morning show. Keep tuning in every morning at 7 o'clock. Until at least about 10. And we do what it do. We know. Shout out to the music video today, sponsored by the Even Rush Network. Shout out to Keisha Dreams, a female hip hop gospel rapper. That video was off the chain. I love it. Keep doing your thing. I'm definitely going to put together a situation to bring her on the show. Shout out to all the people that tuned in yesterday. Idea Divine was on. A good, amazing interview and all that. And we appreciate everybody on that. We're going to go ahead and go right to that music video for the encore music video of the day. Is her name of this track is called More. This is one of her latest videos. And she's connected to the Grammy Academy. So she will hopefully be nominated for a Grammy for unsigned and temporary R&B artist of the year. So we definitely promoting her and pushing that. And we're gonna do it with this video right here. You know what I mean? Is your girl who was on the show yesterday. Now here she is again. Track More. This is Ida Divine, no doubt.
Come closer, closer, my love. Didn't you know that you're all I think of? Didn't I? In the melanin, we meet again, my beautiful friend. Oh, help me be all like you wanna see. Let me ensure my immortality. We don't have too much longer looking at the inventory. Don't make me love you more than I already do. Don't make me love you more. Well, I think we can make it. Hold on, let me sing it like Anita Baker. Oh, baby, can't you see? I could be all you need. Oh, don't you understand? Your head and mine, we can go to another end. We must understand each other. Build closer, turn the world around. What I have found gave me my crown, gave me my sound. I was so addicted, so insistent. Clearly with that, I comprehend, and I recommend that we ascend. My beautiful friend, walk hand in hand into the morning. We don't have too much longer to tell the entire story. Don't make me don't love you more than I already do. Don't make me love you more.